You are now listening to the Chicago Clubhouse Podcast.
My name is DJ Vince Adams. I absolutely appreciate what the Chicago Clubhouse crew is doing for the city of Chicago.
Hey, young world, what's good? It's your boy Bernard Varian, a.k.a. B-Twice.
What up? This is Rasheed Davis, former Chicago Bear wide receiver.
Hey, my name is Lemuel Stinson, a.k.a. Lemonhead, formerly of the Chicago Bears.
What's up? My name is C.J. Watson, former Bulls guard and bench farm creator.
This is two-time six-man all-star baller Ricky Deuces Pierce.
What's up, people? This is Chicago radio legend Rick Party, the voice you hear everywhere.
My name is Pee-wee from the movie House Party.
This is Megan Martinez from the Good and Plenty podcast.
Hey, this is Bubba Ball from the Shits podcast.
Hey, this is Nika from One Shot Wellness, Reverend from the ATL, dropping some drips on that Chi-Town Clubhouse podcast.
This is Sherry, and you're rocking with the Chicago Clubhouse Podcast.
You are now rocking with the Chicago Clubhouse Podcast.
You're now rocking with Chicago Clubhouse Podcast.
And you're rocking with the Chicago Clubhouse Podcast.
And you're rocking with the Chicago Clubhouse Podcast.
Where they think they know everything.
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 But they don't know shit.
But they don't know shit.
But they don't know shit. But they really don't know shit.
But they really don't know shit.
But they really don't know shit.
But honestly, they don't know shit.
Hey, I smell something. I smell podcast. The Chicago Clubhouse Podcast Show.
They really don't know shit.
You already know what time it is.
You see this Eddie Jackson jersey right here? Take this.
This dude literally just took my soul.
So I didn't like playing with Brett Favre at all.
You could have waited until the draft if you wanted to look at another quarterback. You didn't have to sign Andy Dalton, who is really nothing but a backup.
Evander Holyfield is 58 years old. What you want to fight a 58-year-old man?
But man, he wants to keep fighting.
Because he want to fight him. Okay, it's an exhibition.
But yeah, it's an exhibition because, you know.
This ain't Drago and Apollo Creed, man. Ain't nobody about to.
Man, Martin and Tommy Hearns was an exhibition. You saw what happened to Martin.
This could hurt.
Thanks, Hayden. Nothing but the best.
Okay.
All right.
That Brett tough for real, man.
Yeah, man. He like tougher than some grown folks I know, man.
That as a coach, your job is to give your players the best opportunity to have success.
Michael Jordan, when he came back at LeBron James' age, he was a straight up nothing.
That is blasphemy on his computer right now.
Because I'm gonna tell you something. Without Dennis Rodman, I couldn't see them winning like they did those second three championships. I can't see it.
I agree.
And now I'm the voice of SportsCenter on ESPN. Now on SportsCenter. Tonight, LeBron James. And whatever.
Do you guys really coach how exactly to tackle correctly? Because I see it all over the league now. People cannot tackle like they did whenever you guys played. But do you guys practice tackling at all?
Ho. Merry motherfucking Christmas. Happy holidays to everybody. This is the podcast where we think we know what we're talking about, but we don't know shit. But what I do know is this weather is crazy right now. I go outside and put shorts on. This shit crazy as hell, man. It's December. It's about to be Christmas. We're supposed to see the white Christmas tree, the white trees and shit outside. But damn, I could go outside and get a game of basketball. It's beautiful outside. But anyway, let me bring in my all-star team, man. I know they're waiting to get in here because we got a packed podcast tonight. These motherfucking Bears. Man. Oh my God, man. And then the Bulls, I mean, shit. Do we even have a basketball team? Everybody's catching COVID shit. COVID just fucked everything up. Everything. They just fucked everything up. But yeah, so let me bring in my team, man. First, I'm bringing in my goddess stat man who knows every single stat from the 80s and 90s, basketball and football. My man, JB.
Tell you what up.
What's up, JB?
What's the word?
Shit, I can't call it, man. You got the best hand. If I had yours, I'd cut my other one off. Raise your standards. I see you got that Moore's beer.
Always ready to rock and roll.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So let me bring in another part of the All-Star team. My man, the X Factor. AB!
Summertime, the living's easy. I love in December, baby. It's summertime in December in Chicago, ain't it? 65 tomorrow.
Man, it's beautiful.
I love it.
It is beautiful. Who got that echo? I hear echo. Is that me?
Too. I was just thinking about it. Well, it ain't me because I got cans. So, JB,
might be me.
You might.
It could be me.
They didn't tell me to wear red. You're right. S Green 400.
Sherry.
Whoever that could be.
That is Cher Bear.
Well,
hi, Cher Bear.
See my hat? There's some red in that. There's some red in my Dogecoin shirt.
Oh, I just noticed. Me and JB got on red.
Yeah.
I just noticed that. My man Scott Hopkins. That's my dude.
Whoa.
He went got the Moors. All of them.
Yeah. Can we call it something else? Fully vaccinated team, yet 10 of them have a disease they are vaccinated for, maybe a preventative. Go Bulls.
Hey, man, I got tickets to the game on
It's
Saturday.
not even them. Eddie Goldman and Artie Burns and someone else from the Bears just got put on it, too.
Artie Burns?
JB, you're on mute again, buddy. There. Speak.
Did you hear about the Blackhawks?
I did, yeah.
A flying fuck.
Pretty much at this point, yeah. And the Blackhawks too, JB. Yeah, you're right. It's all over, man. It's.
Let me bring in the last part of the All-Star team. We just added my man Cal on prep.
There he is. What's up, man?
Gentlemen, how we
What's
doing?
up,
Hey,
Cal?
AB, National Signing Day tomorrow, 10 a.m. Get your hat, pick your team. Where are you going? Where are you heading?
ILL, baby. You know where I'm going. ILL all day, every day.
We got some early commits for you. We'll talk about tonight after you got it. Hey, you got an X Factor. You got an X-Men tonight from Cincy. This kid ain't playing around, man.
Yes, sir.
X-Men in the building.
Nice.
Where is that echo coming from?
I don't hear it. No, I don't.
I
hear
keep
it.
hearing that shit.
Bueller. No, I don't hear it.
All right, well, man, like I was saying, we got a packed show. Great guest tonight. NBA journeyman. He's been all around the country, dunking on heads. He dunked on heads for how many years was he in the NBA?
17.
17 years.
Wow.
He had to dunk on some of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Man. Aaron Williams, rather, is going to join us in a few minutes. But man, we have so many things to talk about. I know
you got to ask A. Williams what's his beat on Cincinnati, being from obviously Xavier's in the town of Cincinnati.
Yeah, that's right.
Like we'll see what his take is. Can't wait to hear it. Can't wait to hear this guy.
And he's from Chicago, so you know what that means.
He's already a king.
You know
and what that means.
That means we are going to play the Chicago game.
How Chicago are you?
Yes.
Some of us are going to try to play
for that because I am asking the questions. AB JB and Aaron Williams are going to compete.
Hey, just don't ask me nothing else about Mother McCleary's cow or nothing, man.
I don't even know who the hell that is, so don't worry about it.
I know
Don't
who
worry
that
about
is.
it.
That's who started the Chicago Fire.
Ding, 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 ding. Bonus point for AB.
60 points to start off.
Damn,
All
I
right.
mean, shit, I would
I'm
get
already
that
up.
wrong then because I had no idea who that was. But
Oh man.
Scott said it's crazy.
Yeah. Godspeed.
He must be talking about COVID. Yeah, that shit crazy.
Yeah.
Man.
It is.
Yeah,
But
that shit
let's
crazy.
kick it off, guys.
The
because,
Hawks game.
All right.
The Blackhawks game was canceled.
All right, Cal.
All right, Cal.
Love you,
Go.
buddy.
There you go.
I got something super important for you later too, Cal. Make sure when you come back, you remind me immediately because I got something that I've got to show you. All right, later. Bye-bye.
Yeah, so I was saying the Blackhawks game got postponed.
Yeah, that's what we were saying. Like,
man,
the Bulls,
that's
the Blackhawks,
crazy.
like,
Everything.
COVID.
Might as well shut Chicago down at this point.
I almost want to say COVID kind of took a break in 2021, but now it's coming back like shit. He told somebody, hold my beer.
Yeah,
I'm about to go fuck some shit up right now.
I got a couple of more weeks. I'm gonna
Yeah,
remind
right.
you I'm here.
Right. So I am about to kick up some motherfucking sand for these next 2 weeks. Oh, y'all thought it was bad when you didn't have sports? Okay, watch this.
Yeah, right.
It's terrible, man. It's terrible. But one of the biggest questions I have, your motherfucking head coach, fourth and inches.
Who the hell you talking to?
I'm
It ain't
talking to
me.
Y'all's head coach of the Bears, man.
Okay.
That ain't my coach.
Come against
Fourth and inches. Fourth and inches, down by 11 in the fourth quarter. Nah, let's kick. What the fuck?
And then he came back and said, "Oh, I wish I would have went for it there." Like he was the only person in the whole entire Bears kingdom that wanted to punt that ball. I don't know anyone else who
First
thought
of
that was
all,
a
if
good
you
idea.
go back and you look at Justin's face, like, what? We about to punt?
Like who? What? Really? Fourth and one?
Sense.
And we don't even got to talk about the fact that they were ahead in this game. David Montgomery, he had 10 carries, 42 yards. Again,
Hit his
JB,
average. Hit his
what was
average.
our Thursday? Our freaking Thursday bare minimum was run the ball with Montgomery. Make sure to keep Aaron off the field. And you have the lead, and you're not running the ball and using your best damn player, man. Like, you cannot justify this guy having a job anymore. He's got to be gone.
I'm still wondering. Now, again, I know this is against the Bears' grain, right? But why on this Tuesday, of which is the football day off? Everybody knows that. Why does he still have a job today? I don't want him to do anything with these last 3 games. I really don't.
Herbert
You
had
don't
one
even want to
carry.
be there?
Herbert had 1 carry, CJ, not 9.
No,
I got the
Herbert
stats right here.
was really key on special teams,
Yeah.
on kick returns.
Yeah.
That's what him and Jakeem Grant really did.
And also Damian Williams was the one that sprung that block.
Correct.
For Grant on that too. So
Correct.
I guess kudos to the backup running backs for great special teams play, but David Montgomery should be getting more than 10 carries when you're ahead in a game. I don't care who you're playing.
10 carries, 1 reception, 2 targets.
Yep.
That's crazy. Your
Ridiculous.
workhorse ain't even working.
Did he sweat?
Makes no sense.
Did his jersey get dirty? I mean, and then
he had 6 catches for 39 yards.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
what my
ended
stats
up-
say. Yeah.
Okay, so now we're going into getting him the ball in some shape, form, or fashion.
Yeah.
But let's go on the other side of the ball, because now what I was looking at was, why in the hell did Sean decide to take his foot off the gas? He had Aaron, as much as you can get that type of caliber quarterback flustered, he had him thinking.
Yeah.
He had him sweating a little bit. And then by all means, we know that he's going down in the Hall of Fame, or we know he's GOAT status, right? Why would you give him the opportunity to keep hooking up with Devontae Adams? Like, keep what you did with Jalen Johnson on him. Crawford should have never stuck him.
No.
Period.
Zero reasons for that.
No.
That boy got beat
Absolutely
twice.
not.
Both touchdowns were on Crawford. Both of those first touchdowns were on him. I'm like, why are you putting him there, man? There's no reason for that.
Jalen is shutting him down for all intents and purposes, right?
Yeah.
And you actually have him like, man, I can't do nothing with this guy. And you turn around and
on
just
the outside too, on that. Like, you let him get on the outside,
and then he motioned. So now Nagy, decide, whoever's making that call, is telling me that you're isolating Jalen Johnson to one side of the field.
Yeah.
You were in a hybrid. Let him follow. Bump down.
It worked for most of the game, did it not? I mean, and then the second you went away from it, they took advantage of it flat quick, just like that. It's a complete joke. The entire coaching staff. I mean, as much as they kept it a good game in the first half, special teams really helped dictate a lot of that game. Obviously, Justin did okay in that first half. They were moving the ball okay against a pretty good Packers defense. Let's give them that credit. But what happened was they gave them everything they had in the first half. They had no punch in the second half. They gave it their all in the first, and you could tell that defense could not stop a cold in the second half. They were walking on them.
But I also think it's also, if you look at the play calling too, because then we got, not only did we get passive aggressive on defense, but we also started to get a little passive on offense. Yeah. We stopped attacking. The middle of the field was crying for those plays. And what happened?
Got Cole Kmet in the middle, right? He had 3 catches for 17 yards. And the tight end is supposed to be your number one guy. And let's not even talk about, I wish I would have got the video for the show. Allen Robinson, he might as well just go, period. Because that man showed zero heart, zero, accountability from that offensive staff. I saw a play where Justin Fields scrambled out, running left down the sideline, right? He's got the safety coming down. He's got a corner, and Allen is blocking that guy. He stops blocking him and just kind of trots forward and pretty much basically makes Justin give up extra yards because he didn't feel like blocking anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It is inexcusable. I wouldn't even play that man the rest of the year. That's how bad that looked to me. He's not a good look for this team anymore. He should not be here. He doesn't want to be here. So put his ass on the bench where he belongs.
Let me interject for 1 second. Our buddy Diop on the CJ podcast show last night swore up and down, side to side, all around, that ARob is the top, I think he said the top 10 or top 15
last year, maybe,
wide receiver, and he will get all the money that he is demanding.
No.
And you would do that. Why?
He's going to get top 10 money probably. But
he's not going. Well, my argument,
not deserving of it. No,
because
he's going to go to some team like he's going to go back to Jacksonville, who has a shit ton of money. He's going to go to he's either going to go to Jacksonville or the Jets or like one of those bad teams that's going to have a plethora of money. I'm kind of concerned because the way he talks about the Packers, I think he'll go and he'll take less and try to join that team just to stick it to them one more time.
My argument ain't nobody gonna pay him that money because if you see that he's loafing around, they see that shit too.
Yeah, but
I'm not gonna pay a wide receiver top dollar.
But see,
they're seeing bullshitting around.
But see, they're looking at it through a lens of what Nagy's doing. Somebody else can come in here and say, I can get you back to that 100 reception.
I can make him better.
ARob. Yeah, so we can't really look at it through that lens because it's really skewed. But what you could do is if he's getting any type of money based on production, it's like your annuity, or like when you try to retire, it's based off your annual income. So his last 2 years, yeah, he could be considered top 5, top 10. But when this year hits and then you do the averages, now he drops.
32 catches for 353 yards this year.
Terrible.
And one
touchdown.
And you gonna pay him $25 million a year?
There's no damn way.
Get the fuck out of here, man. There's no way.
There's no way. I mean, he shouldn't get that, but the NFL on demand for those kind of guys. He's gonna get good money. I'm sorry, T. He is.
He'll, like we just said, he'll get it from a non, basically playoff contending team with a lot of money, just saying, hey, this could be the guy. Think about it like this: Zach Wilson, like you said, the Jets. He could use an Allen Robinson to go with Robbie Anderson. Yeah. If you look in Carolina, hell, they need a lot of help. Houston, if I'm not mistaken, Houston has a couple of coins to pass around because they don't even have a number one receiver anymore. It's like they got rid of Will Fuller and DeAndre Hopkins.
And as soon as they trade
Brandon Cooks is gone
Watson.
too. No, I'm sorry, Deshaun Watson will be traded eventually.
They got to trade Watson eventually, so they're going to get
Brandon
money.
Cooks is like going to be your only one?
No
but
way.
Enough about him. Flip the script. Next year, I have to check on his contract. But in my little world, I know it won't happen next year, but the year after, I think, AB, I would like for the Bears to go after DK Metcalf. That's what I would like the Bears to go after.
Wow.
He's got Chicago ties with his father playing here. He's that big physical receiver that we need, and he is pissed in Seattle.
Wow.
You're on mute. AB, you're on mute.
Probably next year, Russell Wilson's probably gone too. He's probably getting traded to somewhere like Miami, somewhere that has a really good contending team that needs a quarterback because Russell's not happy either. So Seattle could be torn apart real quick. You probably got Pete Carroll leaving too after this year. They've had a lot of controversy again this year with him. So it's going to be interesting this offseason for those teams like Seattle, Miami,
and
some of those teams are going to go for it.
When that happens, notice it's always a fire sale.
Yeah. Yep.
And the Bears need to be first in line.
They need to be begging for Metcalf.
So what do you all say? We table this discussion for later because our guest is here and we definitely want to rap with him a bit.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I was saying earlier, our guest tonight, Aaron Williams, has dunked on a lot of heads, and we about to get some stories from him and how he started, how he went through his journey through the NBA. So let's bring him in. Big Aaron Williams.
How you doing, fellas?
What's up, Aaron?
Up, man?
How you doing?
I'm good. Hey, I was listening to the Bears chat. I'm a huge Bears fan, man. I love
we can talk about it with you, brother.
Man.
Oh, yeah,
chop it all up with that, buddy.
Pictures on your IG. Yeah.
Always welcome to chop it up about that.
Definitely.
Right.
So what do you think about the Bears currently?
I think we might need to scrap the coach first and foremost.
Mm-hmm.
Hot garbage.
Yeah.
Scrap him and start fresh. And then we got to field some more help, man. We got to tighten up that offensive line first and get some more receivers. I don't know what's going on with Allen Robinson, but I think it's a product of the coaching, and Fields is a rookie quarterback, so he's not quite ready to really use Robinson the way he could be. But I think Robinson should be a lot better than he is. He should be like a safety blanket for Fields right now, and he's not. So, but Robinson's been great his whole career, so I don't know what's going on with him this year.
Even with Mitch Trubisky, Blake Bortles, bad quarterbacks, Allen Robinson's always shown up to work, but it just doesn't seem like he's got his heart in it anymore, man. I think he's ready to leave town. They didn't pay him.
He probably is. He probably is. I mean, they were dragging him along the last couple of years, not paying him. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure part of him is probably finished too.
Yeah,
I think so, man. So you have some beautiful children.
Oh, thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Successful children.
Yeah, so far, so good.
Hearing that. Yes, sir.
Congrats on Michigan and Northwestern, man. Real talk.
Yeah. Thanks, man. I mean, I can't really ask for much more than that. You know, they got to play sports, Division I sports at a high level, and then they got those degrees that last a lifetime, and those connections that's going to last a lifetime. So that's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
And then your little dude is hooping it, Whitney Young, right?
Yeah, well, he graduated last year. He was a senior last year, and he's at a prep school in Indiana now.
Oh,
So
okay.
he needed an extra year because he didn't get to play that much at Whitney Young. They have, you know, they bring in all these transfers every year. That's why they're always one of the best teams in the state because they get all these transfers or come from the best schools or from around the country. And so he didn't get to play a whole lot. He's a good player, but he needed an extra year just to show what he can do.
Okay.
What position is he at?
He's a guard.
Okay.
He plays point guard and two guard, but he's probably more of a two guard, but he's only 6'3". So these days, you know,
He said only.
I mean, these days, two guards,
I'm like,
you gotta be at least
I'm like
6'5".
6'2", 6'3". Like, damn. I think I'm tall. He's like, oh man, that's nothing.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm 5'7". I think I'm tall too.
No, bro. No, son.
Oh man.
But they all doing well, man. So I'm proud. I can't ask for much more than that.
That's
Good to
awesome.
hear. It's a father,
That
that's the
is
best thing you
awesome.
can ever get.
So you started out in Evanston?
Yep. I grew up in Evanston, and I played ball there. I mean, you know, nothing as a kid, nothing major. And then moved out, went to high school in Rolling Meadows.
Okay.
And then played there. Yeah.
Okay.
So when did you get that growth spurt and you went all the way up to 6'9"? Because I could just see you coming in one year, you know, just playing, and then all of a sudden you come back over summer, you come back and you're bigger than everybody, man. Like,
yeah, I mean, I
when did that happen?
was always kind of tall, one of the tallest kids in the class, but I think my freshman year of high school, I came in at probably around 5'9", 5'10", and then probably after sophomore year, I was about 6'3", 6'4".
Oh. And
then junior year, I was like 6'7", and then made it to 6'9". So yeah, in high school, I grew about a foot.
Damn.
Oh wow.
That's a lot of growth in 4 years.
Yeah.
Stretch Park City on that. Woo, buddy.
Right.
Dang.
Wow.
Man.
So you were dunking on a lot of heads in high school then.
Yeah. I mean, early on, I was
Most
just I was just a good athlete, you know what I'm saying? So I really didn't know the game a whole lot. My high school coach, he was terrible. He sucked, if you want to be honest about it.
Hey, that's what we're here for. Let's be honest about it.
Right.
Talk,
You know,
man.
he didn't really teach us anything. So I just got by on my athleticism. And it wasn't until I went to Xavier where I really learned from some good coaches on how to play and, you know, where to be on defense and, you know, just post moves. I had no post moves. I was just running, jumping, blocking shots, and dunking in high school. And you know, college coaches saw the potential and they took an interest in me, and it paid off.
Yeah, definitely.
So what made you choose Xavier?
They showed the most interest.
Oh, okay.
You know, even before they started recruiting me, I never even heard of Xavier. You know, growing up here in the Chicago area, so it really came down to my final two schools were Xavier and Loyola Chicago.
Okay.
You know, I wasn't highly recruited or nothing like that. So it really came down to, do I want to stay home or do I want to go away? And I was like, you know what, let's try to have a little different experience. Let's go away and see how it goes. I like the coaches. I love the team. And I wanted to go somewhere where I still was in somewhat of a big city. So, you know, Xavier's in Cincinnati. So I still had the city life if I wanted that.
Right.
And it was a good school academically. So it checked all the marks for me. And at the end of the day, I was just happy to get a scholarship. You know what I'm saying? I was never expected that. Growing up, I never expected a scholarship, let alone making it to the NBA or any of that. None of that was expected.
And see, that's great because you have that story to tell that, you know, for those that do dream to be something other than average, not highly recruited, but when you got that chance, you show what you had to do, you know, and that's a testament to you, brother. So we thank you for that because, man, you were one of our favorites, low key, because I was going to ask you, with your journey transcending and then to now, what happened to the power forward, man? Where's the power forward at nowadays?
Man, the game has changed. It's a whole different game now.
So I'm actually going to piggyback his question on that because whenever you came in the league in what
94,
3 or 94,
93.
right?
I came out of school in
something like
93,
that.
and I was
Yeah. So you were still involved with hand checking, all that stuff, and then by the end of your career in what 07, 08 ish around that time,
2008,
the rules are changed and they've changed even more. So what do you think about the way that the game looks today as opposed to when you started and finished your career?
What do I think about it? I mean, I enjoy watching it. I really love that they changed some of the rules this year.
Yeah.
The guys with the, jumping into guys on 3-point shots and they get, all that crap.
I agree.
That's soft basketball to me. I like that they went back now and make guys have to earn it. You know what I'm saying? If you want to make a good play, make a good play. Don't try and get bailed out by some bullshit ass call.
Reggie Miller, leg kick.
I miss the days of being physical. Because coming up, I mean, that's how the game was for me, and I enjoyed the physical part of the game. That was my thing. I was every summer I was in the weight room trying to get stronger and stronger because I was having to guard guys like Shaq. You know what I'm saying? I had to guard these big ass dudes. So being the physical part of the game was what I loved, and it was strange to see that how the game just transitioned to just 3-pointers now. It's just all 3-pointers. I mean, Steph is the greatest shooter ever, and I love watching him.
He just broke the record a little bit ago.
Yeah, he broke the record tonight. Yeah. And he's really changed the game. So now you got 7-footers shooting threes. It's almost like you can't, if you don't shoot threes, you can't play. That's the way it is now.
That is so backwards to me because, and I know sometimes, we would call it out of position, but sometimes you had to play center. I remember a lot of times because I was a New Jersey fan when it was you, J Kidd, Kmart, and all them.
Same. It's my favorite team, man.
I remember
that high-flying team.
And no shade to your teammates, bro, but I was like, if Tom McCullough don't sit his ass down, hey, Will back in, man.
Yeah. He was a big body though.
Dynamic of the game.
Yeah,
right?
He was a decent player when he's not playing against Shaq, which you can make that case for a lot of players.
That's most players, yeah.
Shaq made a lot of dudes look bad. Yeah, and Ty wasn't the most nimble of foot, and but he was a big body, and he had 6 fouls to use, so he tried his best.
So was Shaq the hardest guy that you had to guard?
Oh yeah,
he'd have to be easy,
without
right?
question. Okay. Yeah, without question. The dude is he's just a huge dude, man, and he knows, but he's not just big. He knows how to use his body and his weight as leverage, and he had good footwork. And when I wasn't playing him, he was my favorite player to watch. I used to watch him destroy guys, and I just love watching him dunk on people's heads, and then then it was my turn. I got my head dunked on, so but it's just fun competing against somebody like that. I take pride in being the underdog and trying to overcome stuff, and definitely playing against him, I'm an underdog, which as everyone was. But yeah, that dude, he's huge, and he's probably top 10 all-time player. Yeah, definitely one of the most dominant players to ever play the game.
Definitely.
Absolutely. So you just mentioned dunking on heads. You've dunked off so many heads, man. I remember I was little when I was younger when you started. Not little, but
right.
I was like,
still little now.
Who is this light-skinned dude dunking on everybody? Who the hell is that?
Yeah.
And I found out you were from Chicago. I was like, damn, we from the crib.
Yeah. Most people don't know. I wasn't.
No wonder, because he's from Chicago.
Yeah, most people don't know because I'm a low key dude, and I'm not out there a lot.
Real low key. So my question to you is, what do you think your nastiest dunk was on who?
Oh man, one that sticks out. I know I was playing with the Washington Wizards. I was there for a year in 2000, 99-2000 season. Mm-hmm. And I know I caught Etan Thomas on a break. I caught him pretty good. But most of them, that's probably the only one that stands out off the top of my head. But I love dunking on big guys. I know I dunked on. There was a guy, I can't even think of his name. He was a Korean dude, 7'3" dude, played for Portland for maybe a year or two. And I caught him pretty good. I think I got Greg Ostertag. I got him pretty good when he played with Utah. It was always fun getting the big guys,
Was his name like ZZ Zhang or something like that with an X?
Yeah.
Okay.
Big 7'3", had a big head. Korean dude. Yeah. I caught him. That might be the nastiest one because that made SportsCenter top 10 that night. Yeah, that was a good one.
Now, see, I remember it was that Seattle team with you and Vin Baker were on it, and you used to all you used to do on that Seattle team was dunk. It was
that's when I was
still
learning the game. I learned a lot from George Karl playing there too, especially on defense.
Okay,
but I was like the young guy, just came in with energy, trying to block shots and dunk everything. So that's what a lot of times I tell guys now, like, relax, dude, relax. You can't block every shot. That's what I was coming in. That's why I just realized I led the NBA in fouls one year.
Yeah.
I didn't even
that I didn't know.
I didn't realize that till maybe a year ago. I found out, someone told me. I would actually take pride in that shit, actually.
Yeah, you should.
You let them know you was there.
That means that you got dirtier than everybody else in there. You got to get down and get dirty to play good defense, man.
Yeah,
man. I had like a problem. I didn't like getting scored on, even though it's part of the game. But I took it personal. So when I found out, I was like, yeah, that makes sense. I can see that.
Well, like I said,
get their ass clobbered.
Especially the New Jersey teams, because if Kmart didn't get a hold of them, you definitely was gonna get a hold of them.
Oh yeah. We was definitely it was a bunch of hard fouls, in New Jersey for sure.
So I'm gonna ask you a hard question too. Two of the better point guards in the NBA was on the same team that you played with, and then you played with multiple others. I'm gonna just pick my three.
Okay.
Between Marbury, J. Kidd, and Gary Payton, who did you like playing with the most? And I know J. Kidd used to feed you crazy.
I think it's got to be J. Kidd on that, man.
It's definitely J. Kidd. It's definitely J. Kidd.
Was it just easier to play with him?
I don't know if it was easier, but if you open, you're going to get the ball.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He don't care. He about shooting. He's trying to get everybody involved. And if you open, you're going to get even if you don't think you're open, he's going to find a way to get you the ball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it was definitely the most fun playing with him. And we made it to the finals 2 years in a row. And he's the point guard. He's the head on defense. He was our leader on defense and offense. And his I think he gets overlooked for his defense. He was a dog on defense.
Yeah, he's up there in the steals category, if I'm not mistaken, too.
Yeah.
So he's definitely.
When you talk about great defensive guards or anything, he doesn't get mentioned that often.
Mm-hmm.
I think, like GP, he's the glove. Everyone thinks he's the best, and he was great too. But I think JK gets overlooked because he's such a flashy passer.
Right. Definitely, king of the triple double and stuff. But I like the fact that he found you quite a few times, and not just on the interior, because a lot of people don't know this. You had a nice little left hand mid range too.
Oh yeah,
you can stroke that 15 to 18 footer.
Yeah. And if I was playing today, I would have to move it out even a little further to 3-point line.
There you go.
Yeah.
But see, we used to tell people, so like even though that wasn't that long ago, right? But when you had one of your coaches, would they kind of like frown if you took a three?
If I just came in the game and started shooting threes, they would probably wonder what the hell I was doing. The thing about it is, even when I coach my kids and other kids, I just came from a practice. That's why I was late. I apologize.
Oh no, man. Fine.
That you have to do it in practice, right? You can't just show up in the game and start shooting threes. If you're going to shoot threes, do it in practice. Show the coach what you've been working on. Let the coach see you working after practice on your 3-point shot. You know what I'm saying? Let them see you putting in the work, and then you do it in practice during scrimmages and all that. And then you can ease on into it. You just can't show up and start jacking up threes.
Right. Because I was watching the other day and I saw JaVale McGee take and make a three, and I was like, what?
Yeah. Well, see, and also, okay, I'll say it depends on the coach too and the team, the culture of the team. If you have a fun team and you're a fun dude like JaVale is on the Suns, and you win in by 20 points or whatever in the fourth quarter, yeah, they don't care if you shoot.
Okay, so like a more progressive coach.
Yeah. So like, okay. Yeah, they ain't gonna say nothing. You know, it's all in fun at that point. I guarantee you, in a crucial point of the game, he won't be shooting no threes.
Right.
I guarantee that.
Right. Look, I hope not.
Right. So it's a time and a place for everything like that.
So I think I found the dunk you're talking about, Aaron. Let me pull this up real quick. See if
okay.
Hey, memory lane, let's get it.
Pretty sure that I found it. Hang on a minute, guys. Hang on. Let me get this up going.
Oh shit.
Okay, hold on.
Yes, that's him.
That one.
Oh, yeah, I was playing with the Hornets then. Yeah.
I gotta back it up.
Ah!
Oh, filthy.
Yikes!
Boom! I love it.
That's pretty dope that you can pull that up like that. Okay.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yikes!
Hey, look a little
It was in another language for some reason, but it was there. I was like, that's got to be the one he's talking about.
Yeah. That was it.
Unfortunately, they had some other ones of you supposedly getting posterized by the Mamba, but we don't.
I want to see that. You got that? I want to see that.
Hang on a minute. Let me pull that up. Hold on. Hang on a minute. I got to get back into it now. I backed out.
Okay.
You guys keep talking.
I think that might have been. We might have been in Jersey maybe when that happened.
It said.
Was that the finals?
I'm not sure if it was the finals or not, but
I think there's one about you getting postered by Shaq.
Oh yeah, Shaq got our whole team.
It's
Shaq got everybody.
Yeah, it's hard to knock.
He literally got our whole team at once. It's a picture on Instagram. Matter of fact, I got to post that picture because people tag me in it all the time. Like I never seen it, but I've been seeing it for a long. It's an amazing picture.
Wow. Well, I mean, hell, you saw it and
I remember the damn play because I'm guarding Shaq. And then Kobe drives baseline, so I go to help Kobe, and then he passes to Shaq, and I turn around like a dumbass thinking I might be able to contest this and block it.
I got something else to
I can't guard Shaq and Kobe. Pick one. I can't guard them both.
Right.
No, you can't. No, you can't. I got another one on here that I wanted to show you too. That not a dunk, but your only 3-pointer ever.
Oh, I know what that was. That was a buzzer beater, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, against the Knicks.
So hold on.
See
if it pops up. Against the Knicks, yep.
Rodney Rogers. Yeah.
Still time to catch and put the ball on the floor, but you're looking for a quick hitter. Swings it. Williams.
Kobe. Bang.
That's all net, baby. That's all net.
I love it.
That's funny you said that was Rodney Rogers because you used to go against him in the playoffs a lot.
Yeah.
He was on Boston.
He was with Boston, right.
Yeah, but because unfortunately he had a accident, right? He's like paralyzed.
Yeah. He was riding his 4-wheelers, I guess, fell off and
and it cracked his neck or something.
Yeah. So he's paralyzed from I believe the neck down.
That.
Yeah.
You and Rodney Rogers battling. You had like 20 that game, 18 or 20 that playoff game. Yeah. That's crazy.
That's sad. Hey, he's a great dude too, man. He's a great dude. That's sad what happened to him.
Yeah, man. So, where was your favorite place to play? You played in a lot of places. What was your favorite?
I mean, I'll have to say Jersey because we were winning, and I was a big part of the team, and we were having a lot of fun. Made it to the finals twice. So that's probably the most fun. But man, I mean, like you guys have just mentioned, I've been blessed to play with some great players, man. Playing with GP, J Kidd, Marbury. I played with Ross Strickland in Washington. You know, I've been
another point guard, Ross Strickland.
Yeah. He's probably the most underrated point guard there is.
Agree.
But Richmond was on that team. I mean, I played some Hall of Fame players. You know, I've been I've been fortunate to play, but probably the most fun would be New Jersey. Yeah.
So, Aaron, speak about that a little bit because, it's different playing, but then when you're in the finals, that's the top spot. So, how was that? And then for you all to do something that's not easily done, go back to back. And you all kept your team together. If I'm not mistaken, you kept your team together.
Yeah, we
pretty
did.
solid, right? I think of maybe an addition or a loss here or
For
there.
the most part.
Like Lucius Harris, I want to say, or something like that.
We added Mutombo.
Yeah.
So we would add little pieces every now and then, every year. But I mean, for the most part, the core of the team stayed together.
Right. You, RJ, Carey.
Yeah.
Like you said, you transitioned from Stephon Marbury to Jason Kidd.
Right.
Which actually, which elevated. But that Marbury kid, he was pretty good too. 20 and 8.
He wasn't a joke. No, he was no joke.
Good. I love playing with him. He was one of my best friends on the team. He was. I love playing with him. I think he gets a bad rap, man. Just for the way things went down at the end of his career in New York. But man, I think he one of the few players that ever finished their career averaging 20 and 10 or
20 and 8.
20 and 8. Okay.
Yep. He's one of the only. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. He was a great player. And playing with guys like that who can just explode at any minute, it gives the rest of the team a confidence. Like, at any minute, like you're still in the game no matter what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could be down 20 in the fourth quarter, but at any point he can go off, right? And he was a hell of a passer, so he's going to get you the ball too if you open. Absolutely. But it just gives you a confidence that you never think you're out of any game when you play with players like that.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry to do this to you, but I found the Kobe one.
Let me see. I want to see.
Hold on.
I want to see that shit too.
Let me pop this up right for you real quick.
Hey, I love anything with Kobe now.
Absolutely.
Hey, absolutely.
Same, brother, on that.
Yeah, I thought it was the finals. This is the one. Yeah.
Yeah. Now look, how the hell I'm supposed to guard Shaq and
you can't do both on that play, man.
Can't do both.
No, there's no way. Watch this.
And then these dagger type plays.
See, I don't count that as a posterized because you were on Shaq and went off to try to help on Kobe. So
that don't count.
I don't count that.
If Shaq wasn't there, I would have been able to jump higher.
Shaq wasn't there.
He probably still would have got
of that. Either probably taking a charge or blocking that shit. I mean,
and that was a rim grazer. Y'all saw that, right? That was a rim grazer.
Yeah, he just kind of slipped by him and put it in. He didn't go over top of Aaron on that. I'm sorry, Kobe.
I'll take it though. Anything with the late great Kobe, I'll take it.
Yes, sir. 100%.
Absolutely.
All day.
So let me ask you this, and this is where we have a little bit of fun, right?
Bullets.
So
of course, Bullets is a Lakers fan, Aaron, so he's got to jump in on that Laker love, man. But we all love Kobe here. Absolutely.
Right. Yeah.
So even though I'm gonna set the stage, Chicago, right? Clippers, Seattle, big fun cities. You're a rookie. How boring was Utah coming into the league? I mean, they gave you your shot. But
right.
How boring was
How boring is Utah? That's a great question.
I loved every minute of it.
I bet you did, yeah.
Okay, talk about it because
it seems like they really embrace their guys. Yeah.
I didn't get drafted, so I had to go to the CBA, which is like the D League now.
Right.
Yeah.
So I played in the CBA, and they were the first team to call me up. So I got a call up. So I was only there for 30 days, like a month. I was there for a month.
Mm-hmm.
So I loved every minute of it. And it's Salt Lake City. It's a beautiful city with the mountains.
Oh, okay.
It's a beautiful city. Now it ain't New York or LA.
No.
But I wasn't trying to party then. I'm just trying to make it. Right. I'm doing everything by the book. I'm extra early to every practice. I stay late. I don't give a damn. I could have been on Mars as long as
you didn't have those Mormon girls knocking on your door, did you?
I did have one.
You had a Mormon girl on your door? I hear those Mormon girls are different.
Yeah, well,
they like to keep a hold of you.
They have the summer league. They used to have the summer league in Salt Lake City. They have it now in Vegas.
Right, Vegas.
They used to have it in Salt Lake City. So yeah, we'll go out there in the summertime and play in a summer league, and we meet people every now and then. And one particular game, I'm playing in a summer league game, and I come out, and this people in the crowd, and this nice looking chick come up behind the bench and hands me her number. That's when we had to write it on paper back then. And she hands me her number, and I'm looking like, man, this bitch nice.
Oh my God, there you go. Get it.
So I ended up calling her. We was hanging out. So yeah, it wasn't all bad.
Nothing wrong with that.
It ain't all bad in Utah.
No.
Okay. Well, so then, of course, you know this is a loaded question. So we've heard BS about Karl Malone. Was he kind of a jerk?
Oh, come on.
He wasn't to me, but
well, no, that's good.
Again,
you know, he respected you. Clearly,
well, I'll take that back. I'll take that back. Hell yeah, he was a jerk.
Oh, let's go.
Well, I'm just talking from a playing standpoint. From a playing standpoint, there's two guys that stand out who always start some shit, but on it like act innocent, and it's him and Alonzo Mourning.
Oh, Alonzo.
Really? Guys are always throwing cheap elbows and trying to be tough. And then when you elbow them back, they want to get an attitude or flop and cry to the ref or act like they want to fight. Ain't nobody fighting.
It seemed like he was tough until it came down to fight time. Yeah, I 100% agree.
But those two guys,
especially.
Yeah. But Karl Malone was the best at it because he would do something and you do something back, and they always catch you doing it.
Yep.
Right. They never catch him doing it, but they always catch the second person doing it. So
and it didn't seem like he was the type to like take somebody under his wing and teach and nurture and help mold.
I don't think that was his personality.
He only cared about himself.
Yeah, and then
sorry.
Yeah, but when I was there for that month, I was there. I never had a problem with him, but I know one of my buddies. There's a rumor that he slept with my buddy's. I guess it was his wife at the time.
Oh,
I don't know. I don't want to put no names out there, but
no.
And I think it's another rumor about him doing that with somebody else too, a couple times. So yeah, I think he was that kind of dude, man. Certain things are just off limits.
Yeah,
it's enough women for everybody, man. You ain't gotta do that kind of shit.
No,
but I think that
unwritten
probably tells you
teammate.
kind of person he is.
Yeah, we all know what he is now.
Hell of a player.
Did he make a pass to Kobe's wife?
What's that?
He made a pass.
He made a pass to Kobe's wife or something like that, right?
I think he did that too. Yeah.
You know what?
I mean, he's
he is that
he's
dude.
Trash, man. He's trash.
We're gonna change the station on that one.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Wow. So hey Will, we gotta you know Chicago pretty well. So we got a game called How Chicago Are You?
Okay.
And we are going to play that game with you.
I guess.
AB, kick it off.
Here we go. And now, everyone's favorite game show that's sweeping the nation. How Chicago Are You? With your host, CCP's very own Terrence Pickle. Man, that's great quality on that video.
I like that music, AB, but damn, you got to say my whole motherfucking name, man.
What do you want me to say? I mean,
T Nick or something,
or hole, or
that works. That works. You asshole. That works.
Now your host. Hole. I love it.
Aaron, you see what I got to deal with,
man? Every week,
you ain't getting no more beer, you fuck that up. But
Aaron, Godspeed on this, brother.
How this game is going to be played? I'm gonna ask you a question. You get 10 seconds to answer it. Google is not allowed.
I got it.
But you get 10 seconds.
Okay.
Play the 10-second music.
He's gonna play the 10-second music.
Wrong one. Hang on. Wrong one.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's the 10-second music.
I gotta label this board.
Okay.
After that 10-second music goes off, I'm gonna go around and get an answer.
Gotcha.
Each of you.
And I'm gonna lose.
You, JB, and AB are playing. Okay.
Yep.
We're gonna have 2 rounds. 2 rounds, each round 4 questions.
Okay.
And they are all Chicago-based questions. Okay. The
Got
first few are gonna be lobs. They're
hope.
gonna be lobs, so they're gonna be easy. And even AB, who's not from Chicago, should be able to answer these questions.
I'm from the sticks, Aaron.
Okay.
Then it's gonna get a little harder. So then you and JB probably gonna be the ones competing. AB probably gonna have no idea what the hell we talking about. All right, so here we go.
All right.
Number 1. Oh, damn.
Oh.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry. Number 1. Women's basketball team in Chicago from 1978.
Oh, Jesus.
To 1981.
I thought you said lobs.
Right.
This
the
is
worst.
a lob.
How is that?
This
Dude, I was like 2.
This is a
I wasn't
lob.
even born.
Women's basketball team.
A women's basketball team that existed from 1978 to 1981. That is a lob.
I was born in 83.
That was only 3 years. They only played for 3 years.
It
I'm
was,
gonna ask my
only 3
mom.
years.
Can I phone a friend?
You want the name of the team?
Oh man.
Start the music, AB.
I
The
gotta
name
guess.
of the team.
I gotta guess, but
That ain't no lob. First of all,
We don't know how to pass.
I got nothing.
JB, nothing.
The Chicago Zephyrs, the Wind. I don't know.
AB, nothing.
duh, Bears.
Bullets got it in the chat.
Of course he did, because he's got Google right in front of his face.
So you know what we did?
0.
No.
What?
I gotta get that soundbite for you, JB. I keep forgetting to get that.
What's the answer?
The Chicago Hustle.
Chicago Hustle.
Yeah, I would have never got
They
that.
have DePaul colors. Well, DePaul took their color. Well, yeah.
Chicago Hustle. Okay.
All right, that was a tough one. That was a tough one.
Not
but
even
I
close
thought
to
it
a
was gonna
layup.
be a lob. I
That's
thought
a
it
hard
was-
ass.
That's a lob. I ain't getting none of these right.
You're giving me shit about my questions.
But
Damn,
no,
man.
this one actually is easy that I'm about to ask.
Okay.
Which of these? This is a multiple choice question.
Okay.
Which of these represent the best basketball teams of the 80s? Okay. A, King, Simeon, Morgan Park.
The
B, Kenwood, Whitney Young, Westinghouse. C, Simeon, King, and Carver. Start the music, AB.
Wait, so a couple of them A and C is almost the same.
I would have flipped one of those A schools for the C school and kept 2 of them.
It's definitely Simeon King. What was the third one on A?
Westinghouse.
The third one was Morgan Park High School.
Oh, Morgan Park. No.
And
And this
on
is the
C,
80s?
the third one was Carver.
Morgan Park.
That's
It's either
not
A or
an
C.
easy question.
It's
Thank
either
you, CJ. These are
A or
not easy
C.
questions.
Westinghouse or Carver. I'm going A.
A.
So I'm
King,
going.
Simeon, Morgan Park.
King,
So I'm
I'm gonna say
going
C.
I'm going C.
Yeah,
I'm
C.
going C but I would like to add Westinghouse to that because Coach Roy Condotti won a couple of city championships with that Westinghouse team. But I'm definitely going
said
C.
it is too.
Only problem is on B, which is with Westinghouse. I said Kenwood and Whitney Young, which
They
was
didn't win in
not-
the 80s.
No, the answer is C.
That's what we said. C.
Simeon, King and Carver.
Me and JB got that one right. I just
Well, I
guessed.
knew it was C-Man and King. I just didn't know the third one.
I just said C because the way that you said that last one sounded like that was the right one to me. That's the only reason I guess.
And I want to say the only reason C that Carver even comes up is because Tim Hardaway won that championship when nobody else thought they were going to win. Carver Military. Well, it's Carver Military Academy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That wasn't no easy question, man.
So
that was
JB and JB won. Aaron Zippo right now.
Nah, that's.
I don't agree either, Aaron. I think that was I just got lucky on that. I just
this is
looked at Aaron's
the easy
face.
question.
You said that about the last
Yeah, you
two.
said all
this
of
is
them
this is definitely easy.
Michael
and
Jordan.
It's multiple choice.
What is Michael 23's last name?
What high school did Hersey Hawkins go to? Was it A, Mendel, B, Dunbar,
I should know
or
this one,
C,
actually.
Westinghouse? Kick that music, AB.
I think I know this one, actually.
Hersey.
I think I know this one. And I'm hands-free. Like, you're not seeing me jump on shit right now.
What's the first one?
Mendel.
Nah, ain't that. Mendel? No.
I think I know this one.
I'm going Westinghouse.
JB?
I got Westinghouse, and then he went to Bradley University.
I'm going to follow both my boys there and say Westinghouse.
Westinghouse is the correct answer.
Wow. I knew that on a fluke. I knew that shit on a fluke.
Well, he was on that team that Kendati won.
I used to like Hersey Hawkins back in the day, so
here's another lob.
Okay.
Multiple choice too.
I like those multiple choice.
Where can I get a fish wish?
Oh, Jesus Christ!
No, there ain't no multiple choice.
I'm
for that,
out.
man.
I'm out on that
A,
one.
Army and Lose, B, Sonic, or C, Docs?
What's it called again? A what?
I'm going
a
Docs.
fish wish.
I'm going with Docs.
I'm going with what Aaron says just because I'm ahead of him, and if he's right and I'm right, I'm still ahead of him. I'm just playing math at this point.
JB, what you
should
got?
know this question.
You
probably.
know it's Docs, man. That's not.
Oh, okay.
No multiple choice for that question.
So everybody got it right. Everybody got it right.
Even though I'm just following them at this point.
Okay.
So
now this one is not a lob.
Is this a trigonometry question or what? Because the other ones were lobs and they were hard as hell.
Right.
Well, dude, this is gonna be hard than a motherfucker.
Oh man.
In the 80s.
God damn you! In the 80s.
Who was
was
the
born in
radio personality on the morning show on WGCI?
Which one?
In the 80s?
That's not gonna work for me. I have no damn.
I mean, like it was multiple morning radio personalities. So, yeah.
No, it was.
On GCI? What's
in the 80s? We talking about 10 years.
We are.
What's homeboy with them cruises now? What's his name?
You thinking of Tom Joyner?
Tom Joyner. Was he around in the 80s?
Oh, and before.
I don't know. I'm going Tom Joyner. I don't know. I don't remember that long ago.
What you got, JB?
Doug Banks.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, I want to
go.
I'm gonna go with what JB just said because of Terrence's face. I'm gonna go with what JB
the
said.
The correct answer is Bob Wall.
Bob Wall.
Bob Wall.
You got some hard ass.
Bob Wall. He was a white guy on WGCI in the morning.
I don't know what that is.
But Doug Banks was in the morning too, and so was Tom Joyner.
Doug Banks was on WBMX.
So was Kenny Man Reynolds. Give us some points, man.
Man, get on out of here, man. So, what's the count, AB?
Me and JB are one ahead of Aaron right now.
It's not looking good.
It's not looking good.
No, not when he asking about Bob Wall.
You're asking about crazy. You were giving me crap on the Mark Jean Greco one we did, and this is way worse than that. My questions were at least halfway.
Hey, Aaron, it's a song that we all remember called "It's the Tom Joyner Morning Show." So
Right,
he was definitely on in the morning.
Right.
That was gonna be 103, man.
Doug Banks in the morning.
Okay, how about this one? This is kind of a lob too. If you watch movies,
Sure.
Okay.
What high school was Wildcats filmed at?
I have no idea.
Wildcats was a football movie with Goldie Hawn.
Yeah, Goldie Hawn, Wesley Snipes, Bubba Gump, Woody Harrelson. We know the movie.
I never watched it, honestly.
Bubba Gump, who the fuck? Oh,
quarterback.
You know Bubba.
Like
Come
Kelty
on.
Williams.
Yeah.
Nicoletta Williams.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. I have no damn.
What
Kick
high
that
school?
music, AB.
Like it's gonna matter anyway.
Where's Curtis Clay when I need him?
This is the worst, man. You are not the host of this game no more. I'm taking this shit over again. This is bad, man. You're killing us with these. This is
Wildcats.
raw ass question.
I don't even know. Marshall. Shit. All right.
In the movie, they had Raiders
Okay.
colors, but I don't remember anybody that had Raiders colors in the public league. So
I got a good one.
Yeah.
Soldier Field, the Bears.
I'm gonna say
that's gonna be my
CBS.
answer.
Oh,
The
man.
answer
say
is
or.
Lane Tech. Bullets
Oh,
had it in the chat.
How
But
could
I
we not
guess
know
maybe
that?
he's on Google. I don't
Because
know.
everybody in the chat has Google.
Right.
Come on.
That was an easy question.
These
That
are
was
hard
easy.
ass question, man. These are
All right.
hard ass questions.
All right, this one is easy then. If you're a Bears fan, it's super easy.
Okay.
Who
Come on, man.
were the Bears starting linebackers in their Super Bowl year?
oh, I got this one.
Start the music, AB.
We ready?
Yeah, I just had to hear that beat real quick. Okay, go ahead, hey Will.
Otis Wilson, Wilbur Marshall, and Singletary.
I agree.
This is gonna be 100% yes.
Told you it was a lob.
Yeah,
I like
that's
that
the
one.
only one.
That's the best one
Now-
we do all night. The rest were turnovers.
Now
Ridiculous.
give me the starting Bears linebackers of 2006 when they went to the Super Bowl and
That's
did
easy
not
too.
win.
I
Yeah,
got that
that's
one
easy
too.
too.
I don't even need to think about that.
I don't either.
We got Urlacher.
How about we each say one?
Yeah, sure.
Urlacher.
I'm gonna say the hard one. How about that?
I was gonna say I could say the hard one. Briggs.
It's not hard for me.
It's not.
Briggs.
Hunter
92.
Hillenmeyer,
Hunter
Hunter
Hillenmeyer.
Hillenmeyer.
underrated. He's
So that was a
tackle
lot.
machine.
So now we all got some more points.
Then a couple Hall of Famers. You don't need to
Right.
worry about the other two. So we're all still what? We're still both up one on Aaron because, yeah, it's been the same shit the whole time.
So this is the last question.
Is it?
What's the count right now, AB?
We got
4 to
one,
3.
basically 4 for me and JB and 3 for Aaron.
Okay.
I thought you're the host. Aren't you supposed to keep track of this? I'm supposed to be a
No,
player. here.
you keep track of.
I'm supposed to be thinking about shit here, not
You ain't
trying to keep
thinking
track
about
for you
nothing.
do. Damn right I'm not.
So this is the last
Oh,
question.
man.
Okay.
And if you're a Bears fan, it's answerable. Not
It's
a lot,
answerable.
but
It's
it's
not easy,
answerable.
guys.
Answerable. Okay.
Is that even a word?
Yeah,
What was
I just
George
made
House,
it
his
one.
cousin's brother's
I
ex-nephew?
just made it a word. It is not a word. Shit.
Okay.
Who has the lowest winning percentage as a Bears head coach since 1981?
81?
That's a good question.
It's got to.
Kick the music, AB.
That's a good question.
I like this one, and I think I know the answer to this one, but I'm not 1,000% sure.
I'm gonna go Mark Trestman.
That's a good one, but I don't think that's the right answer.
I don't think he might not have been there that long either, was he?
2 years.
Well, he was there, and yeah, he didn't have that bad of a losing season really to get put in that.
8-8 and 7-9, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay, so it ain't him then.
No.
John Fox?
Nope. I wouldn't say John Fox either.
Yeah.
Well, actually, that's not a horrible one, but
JB, what you got?
So I was thinking whoever was the coach before Dicka or Dick Geron.
Before?
No,
I was going to say
81.
You said since 81 when he took over.
81. I was going to say after him, and
it might be Dave Wanstead.
That's who I got. I was thinking Dave Wanstead.
I thought Wanstead had some decent teams though.
Dave
Wanstead he ever got
had
over 9-7.
Had like a 4-win season one time or something like that. If I remember.
Hey,
right.
Will just tied y'all. John Fox had the worst percentage since 1981.
Really?
Came through in the clutch, baby.
Way to go.
We close.
Hang on a minute. I'm going to look this one up.
So,
bonus time.
Oh, he gets it wrong. Now he got to look it up, huh?
You're damn right I do. I'm a bad loser, man.
That's the right answer.
Like Dick.
So,
Wanstead was, hang on here.
We have a bonus question.
Wanstead was 40 and 56.
But the answer is John Fox. So,
oh, yep. John Fox was 14 and 34, and Wanstead was 40 and 56. So, yeah, he's right.
Okay.
Yeah, he's right.
What is the tallest building in Chicago that has gone through 3 name changes?
Dude.
So which name do we use?
We're going to be tied again. So think of another question.
3? Has it had 3 name changes?
Yeah.
Sears Tower.
That's one.
Sears, Willis
Tower.
and some
Willis
other
Tower.
crap.
No, it changed to what now?
We don't know the third name though, do we?
No.
I don't care.
Know that shit. I always call it the Sears Tower. I don't
It's
know
always the Sears Tower.
Changes they go through. It's always
It's always Soldier Field. It's always Comiskey Park. Like, leave it alone.
It's always Soldier Field until they leave and go to Arlington.
Except for Lakeshore Drive. Lakeshore Drive is now DuSable. I don't give a fuck what nobody say.
I don't know about that. It's Lakeshore.
I don't know about that one.
I like what they named it for, but it's LSD. It's Lakeshore Drive.
It's Lakeshore Drive. All right, so
you don't have any more questions?
The bonus question.
You better be the right bonus question.
In the 80s.
Oh, fuck. Stop it with the 80s, man.
What was
oh my God.
the premier steakhouse to go to in Chicago?
In the 80s?
The premier family steakhouse to go to in Chicago.
I got a guess. Okay.
Whatever it was, I never went. I know that. we ain't hardly ever go out to eat. I know that. So. I couldn't even tell you.
Damn, do I need to? I'll get another.
I'll say Sullivan's.
Y'all want me to get another question, or you want to go with that one?
I have. He said Sullivan. I have an answer.
We're probably all gonna get it wrong, but
I'm gonna say Carson's.
Answer is
Houston's.
Ponderosa.
Okay. I was actually gonna say Morton's.
Morton's.
Yeah.
Man, get your highfalutin ass out of here.
I don't know anything about.
See, I said Houston's. I guess that was.
That's one of the names that popped in my head.
Houston's was good. That's Houston's was pretty good.
There was another one too.
All right.
Oh, wait a minute. Time out, Terrence. Time out. Me, and
not even from Chicago.
We want to say something real quick. Did you just call Ponderosa Premier?
Premier Steakhouse.
In the 80s, that was the premier steakhouse for families to go to in Chicago.
Wasn't Ponderosa like Old Country Buffet before Old Country Buffet.
What about
Yes.
Gibson's?
Yes, it
That's
was.
not Premier.
No, that was one of the economical
Kristen
steakhouses.
Pedersen.
Right, we might as well went to Sizzler.
Sizzler. There you go.
Now you say economical.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Now I would have been thinking
Premier economical.
You gotta have a bonus question because that bonus question was
I
not good.
fucked that one up then. Okay. All right.
That's opinion based.
Let me ask a different one then. And this is easy. There's a lot.
God.
What show could you find the grand prize game?
Oh, that's easy. My God, come on, man. That's a layup. My favorite game growing up.
The grand prize.
What show was
Aaron don't know.
Bozo Show, WGN.
Oh, you're not supposed to.
Oh, with the ping pong balls that
Clown, yeah.
in the
Grand prize
bucket.
game. I
Yeah.
used to sit in my kitchen. I collected buckets just so I could play that game. That was my favorite game growing up. That's why I'm good at beer pong.
Oh, I'm a beer pong champion.
Same, brother.
Okay.
I love that.
I got the bonus question. I'll bow out.
I got it with it.
What was Michael Jordan's highest point game in Call of the Day?
68.
63, right?
No. AB
7.
Nope, 69 versus Cleveland.
69. I was gonna say 69 too, and I was like,
shit. Okay. Hey, I think Cal wanted to ask A Will something.
Yes, he did actually. He's not in there right now, but he wanted to talk to you about Cincinnati and what you think about what Cincinnati's doing.
There he is. He's right there.
Oh, hey Cal. Ask. You're on mute, brother.
I am. There we are. Yeah, Gibson's had to be in there in the 80s.
I said Gibson's. It was
Maybe.
1989.
Nobody spending that goddamn money on Gibsons in the 80s.
You
man.
weren't.
I don't know. We did in the 90s. I'll tell you that much. Early 2000s. They got a couple paychecks.
You did.
But at any rate, I wanted to ask Aaron real quick. Aaron, just growing up, I'm familiar with Xavier being in the town of Cincinnati proper. What's your take right now on because that's a hard rivalry game, particularly if you think of hoops, for a campus to wrap their arms around another campus and embrace it. What do you think with the pigskin New Year's Eve? You think the whole town is going to be behind Cincinnati, or what's your take on that?
Oh yeah, I think so. Not so much Xavier, but Xavier doesn't have a football team, so they don't really care about football for the most part.
How were those games for you back then? What was that like? That rivalry game, like going to Cincinnati a mile up the road?
It's just real physical,
Yeah.
games. They're just battles. I mean, and they even are to this day. I mean, they just played a few days ago.
Yeah,
Xavier really kicked their ass. So I was good to see.
It's one of my favorite games. I always circle it. It's typically like that early Saturday morning tip too, like a noon tip sometimes, and the place is rocking. Either way, either field house.
Yeah, I mean, and I was even there when they had that brawl. And
you were?
Yeah, I was there. Chris
Wow.
Mack was the coach, and he brought me back when one of their coaches got sick, and he brought me in as a temporary coach. So I was there for that. I got to be a part of that. So that was fun.
Yeah, man.
I'm kind of hoping Cincinnati gets drilled. I think they will. I think they're not on the same level as Alabama. So
yeah,
I think it's going to be a wake up call for them. I mean, Alabama's Alabama. I mean, you see what they did to Georgia.
Yeah,
I don't think just player for player on a full roster, they don't have the athletes of the size and the strength and the speed as Alabama.
Right.
But, we'll see. Maybe they put up a fight. Who knows? We'll see.
And Cal, you got to remember this. Aaron had to go against a Cincinnati guy every day in practice with Kenyon Martin. So
that's right.
That rivalry never
my
left.
favorite players ever, man.
It never left him.
God, I love it.
It's funny.
Did y'all talk about Vince on the way out, like in the trade with Vince for you? What was that like?
No, I didn't. I was part of the trade.
Right.
So I was, I get a call and I'm gone. So I didn't get a chance to talk to anybody about it. They just call you and the next day you're gone. So.
Oh wait, is that cut and dry? Like, call, here's your plane ticket?
Yeah, pretty much. Probably the next day usually. Yeah, you get some things.
I didn't know that.
The next day you're gone. Yeah.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah. You fly to your new city. You take a physical. meet the team, and you going with them.
Because there was a number of guys in that trade, if I'm not mistaken, right? With you and Vince.
Yeah, Eric Williams, Alonzo Mourning, but Alonzo didn't go. He said he ain't going to Toronto, so he just retired.
Right. I do remember that name.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking like how do you all like get a chance to like pack up your crib and stuff, you know?
Yeah. Well, I was married, so I had my wife at the time. She was able to pack up some things and send me some stuff. But yeah, you just go home, you put some things in a suitcase, and you head on out. And, yeah, that's how it goes.
Damn.
Cutthroat, but I guess that's the business, right?
Yeah.
And you had to do that shit 10 times?
No, I only got traded once.
Right, because I'm about to say other thing was free agency.
I was free agent. Yeah, I was free agent.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I never had a long-term contract, so I was just going whoever gave me the most money. That's where I was headed the next year.
Right.
Blame you there. One day.
Right.
And 17 of them, man. Like I said, that's great. That's awesome.
You trying to pay me? I'm going with you then. Okay. Yeah.
But then how did you, since we're on the topic, did you like Toronto? Because I know the whole tax thing is different, but that was that was a solid team.
No, yeah, we had a good team. We had a decent team, and it's a great city. It's a great city. Yeah, I mean, I've loved every city I've played in. I've embraced it all. And at the end of the day, you're in the NBA, so you ain't got nothing to complain about.
Amen, brother.
You know what I'm saying? Even when I was with the Thunder and the team was playing Oklahoma City at the time before they got a team, I loved it in Oklahoma. I mean, I never thought I would like Oklahoma. I loved it there. I just embraced the culture, the family horseback riding, doing stuff like that. I just, then I'm in Jersey, you got New York City. So wherever I'm at, I just try and enjoy it and enjoy the city I'm in and make the most of it.
Did you ever want to try to come back here? Did we ever have any interest?
No, I never had the chance to come back here. I don't even remember them even showing interest. No, not that I can think of. Remember?
Well, they're stupid. You know that. So.
Oh, for sure. That's their loss.
Absolutely.
Honestly, I couldn't imagine playing here with friends and family. Derrick Rose did it. I'm sure it's just drains you with ticket requests and everybody wants something. They pulling you this direction, that direction. So it had to be a way off his shoulders when he left here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's funny that you say that you don't like that because guess what I just found? I found a clip of you dunking on the Bulls.
Hey!
Oh, I
remember that.
I'm not happy about it. I mean,
I remember that.
It's not one of his tops, but it was a pretty nice dunk.
Again, the Bulls trying to scramble. No one up in Collins, and he gets a nice look from the elbow.
Chandler looking to answer, cannot. 10 points for Collins.
Here we go.
Nets 12 assists on
Passover. Embarrassing them Bulls, man.
Okay.
Embarrassing them Bulls.
I remember that shit, man.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, shame on Tyson Chandler for taking that shot.
Yeah, Tyson Chandler should have known that.
That is when I said
I agree.
to myself, who the fuck is this light-skinned dude just dunking on people like this?
Yeah, I tried to play extra good, or not extra good, but try to have a good game when I had, friends and family.
Right.
When I come back to town.
Well, yeah, because you wasn't in town that many times. So.
Right. So we would come here if I'm on the East, twice a year. So
and that Clippers joint that had to have been rough because that was only once. You just came here.
Yeah, you only come back once then.
Yeah.
But I love being out there though. It's nothing like LA.
Hey,
Every city I've been, except for Oklahoma, is cold. Toronto's freezing, New Jersey's freezing. Everywhere I've been, it seems like it's been cold. And then getting to finish my career in LA was real nice. Real nice.
Nice and therapeutic, warm weather.
Yeah, it's different when you get to walk out of practice and it's sunshine and 75 degrees. It's nice. And in December.
In December.
Yeah, it's nice. But
hey, Will, before we let you go, man, I always ask everybody that's from Chicago this question: Harold's or Uncle Remus?
I'm Harold's.
Harold.
I'm always Harold's with the mild sauce.
Yes, sir.
So, what about pizza?
Pizza?
You better come on. You want to go 2 for 2, don't you?
I usually do Giordano's.
Yes, yes, Aaron, you just won the Chicago game just by saying
He
that.
won everything.
He just won it,
Right.
man. He didn't have to do anything else. We didn't even have to play the game. We should just ask.
We don't have no money to give you though. Yeah.
All we can give you is a good hearty round of applause on that, brother.
Right.
Hey man, this has been great. Hey Will.
Hey,
I'm
thanks for
glad
having me,
that
man.
you took the time, man. We finally got it together.
Yes,
got
sir.
you on the podcast, man. Got to hear your story, and we are thankful.
Yeah.
Hey, well, I appreciate you guys having me.
brother.
I really do.
Definitely.
Thank
Yes,
you.
and we'd love to have you back, man. If you would like to grace us with your presence again, come back, talk a little Bulls. We love your realism, man. You're a real good brother, man. We appreciate you, man. Like real talk. And you got fans that you didn't even know you had.
Right, right.
come
You
back
guys knew some stuff I didn't think you even knew. That's I'm impressed.
I can show you getting dunked on by Paul Pierce too if you want. If you can come
Oh,
back.
you got that one too.
I got that one. I just
We don't want to see all that. We don't want to see all that.
See, the
Hey, I
bad
don't
part
mind.
about a lot of these though is that they're really bad quality. I ain't gonna lie,
Oh, that's
man.
too bad. That's too
It was
bad.
different back then, but yeah.
See, you ain't from Chicago. If you was from Chicago, you wouldn't want to show all that shit. So we don't want to see all that.
I'm
shit,
just showing
man.
Aaron because he's actually
from the
intrigued
crib.
to see it.
He from the
know?
crib, man. We
That's
don't
another
wanna
Hall
see
of
that.
Famer, man. Ain't no shame in that.
No,
Yeah,
there's
man.
not.
No, absolutely
I would
not.
love to get dunked on by Kobe. I would kill someone to do that. I would love it.
I can dunk on you.
I ain't throwing salt bullets. I'm not throwing salt. I'm not at all.
My 5'7"
I
ass
never
will
do
dunk
that
on
stuff,
you.
man. I'm not, your 5'7" ass couldn't get off the ground.
You're not Nate Robinson.
Damn.
What? Love it.
Okay. All right. You ever
Sorry,
heard
Aaron.
of Spud Webb? You ever
Again,
heard of
Aaron, you
Spud
see what I have to deal with.
Hey, good for you, man.
J. Cal said dunked or getting dunked over. It's Aaron's. Which one?
Dunkin' Donuts. That's what he does.
Dunkin' Donuts.
Stop. Like, no.
Okay. All right. Play with me if you want to.
Ooh.
Play with me if you want to.
Basketball challenge. JB versus Terrence. It's coming.
No.
Oh, no. I ain't fucking with JB.
Oh, yeah. No, all of a sudden you don't
I
want to
ain't
do
fucking
it,
with
huh?
JB,
He got
no.
real mouthy until I said
I'm straight.
that.
I ain't fucking with JB, man. But yeah, hey, Will, man, we appreciate you, brother, for taking the time, man. And like JB said, we love to have you back. And hopefully, man, maybe we could go grab a burger and a beer or something.
Hey, that sounds good.
That would be great, man. Burgers on AB.
Ah,
Hey,
whoa.
I'm a steak guy, but I guarantee you I'm not going to take you to Ponderosa.
Right.
Sizzler, maybe?
No, man. Oh, my God. No. How old are we?
Gibson's.
I know Gibson's. Well,
Hey.
Sullivan's I just recently found out is out of business, but
Gibson's on the white guy. The white guy can afford Gibson's.
I love Chicago.
Gibson's on Mark.
Chicago cut.
Done and done.
We can go run up with Mark Jean Greco. He's a Chicago
cut. Yep.
Every weekend.
Maistro's is really good. I don't know
Yeah.
if you've ever had Maistro's. Maistro's is really good.
Shit.
Yeah, that's good too.
Yeah, we could all
You got
just
options,
run up
Aaron.
with hey,
You got
Will and Mark G and Greco and be like, hey, shit, we good, we getting in here.
And then we'll talk too, because
Greco's got
AB, we'd
money.
love for you to get back into some coaching, man. We got some kids out here that need some help. I have a 6'7" kid that I would love for you to put a bug in his ear. He's my child.
Right. Okay.
Coach him up.
For sure.
Appreciate you, hey Will.
Thank you, hey Will.
We just some clowns, man. We some clowns, they will. But I appreciate you for putting up with us and
Anytime.
listening to our clown shit.
Hey, anytime, man. I appreciate it.
Okay, man. I'll holler at you.
All right, talk with you, brother.
Real soon.
All right, guys. Take care.
Have a good one.
All right, man.
Later.
What a great dude,
He's awesome,
man.
I absolutely
Man.
What a
Super,
great
super
dude.
awesome.
He's an awesome cat, man. I like him a lot.
I love A Will, man. But seriously, I was like, what's this light-skinned dude just don't like this?
You weren't the only one that thought that. Trust me. There's a lot of people going, is that a white guy just dunking on these people?
Yeah.
And then
is he white?
we didn't have the Google machine back when he started, so
right,
we didn't know what was going on. We had to do
So I'm the only guy that bought Fleer basketball cards.
I
So
didn't
we didn't
buy
know
it, but
everybody. Like, come on,
I had an uncle that did, but I never got I never got his card. No, never.
Hey, Mom, where are my basketball cards?
Mine was football cards and baseball cards because I had an uncle that was a rabid White Sox fan, so he was giving me every card under the sun. So loved it. So is it time for Cal on prep or what?
Well, we got to
or should we take a quick commercial break?
Cal's guest. We got to get him in here.
Is that not
Coach Kuska?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's on. He's ready for us.
Where's he at?
He shot me a text. He just needs the link, I think, and we're ready to roll.
Oh, you ain't giving no
go ahead
link.
and send that.
J Cal with the tops. Yes, sir. Tops is the way to go right there.
Not for basketball. I'll take Fleer.
Well, yeah, for basketball, yeah.
AB, what do you want to hit me with, if you don't mind? Go ahead. You said you had something for me out of the gate.
I was going to play the Cal on prep video for you here, so
let's do it.
Get rolling on that, but I can't find it. I don't think it's on here anymore. So I was just going to – I don't see it. Why do I not see it? There it is. It says Cal. So, guys, it's time for Cal on prep.
Let's go, Virgil! Let's go! Let's go, Virgil! Let's go!
And we're back. And Cal, I got to get to this right away, man. It's important.
Please.
So I'm loving the background. I'm loving that you got that tree up, but still loving this one more, buddy.
There's a shortage of large Christmas trees in the planet right now, or in North America anyway. Hard to come by.
In the Baltimore area, there's no
in the DMV.
Yeah, there you go. Right.
Yes,
right?
sir.
I just had to. I had to throw the Christmas tree bit in again. That's all.
100%.
Jackass.
JB, you got a tree up in the house or what?
No, I'll do all that.
All right.
I don't do it, but my girlfriend does it. Like I got like a little like Chicago sports Christmas tree like over by where I sit, and she put up a Christmas tree.
Well, then you have an Urlacher behind you, which is amazing.
I do. And then she actually put up these lights, all that good stuff too. Yeah. So. And
love it.
Like my whole front yard's full of inflatables and lights and breeze and all that stuff. She does everything, man. She's great at that stuff. Me and JB are brothers for a reason. I don't do that stuff either. I'm not into Christmas, honestly.
Hey, my mom just said that the cards are in the hall closet.
They're in the hall. I saw that. They're in the hall closet. So we've got your guest in the back, Cal. Should we just bring him in?
Perfect. Yeah, let me tee him up real quick. So the number one team in the high school area to start the season was St. Rita. And when I started with Under Armour a decade ago, this guy was already in the building with us. There was him and there was Joe Sanchez from Barrington High School. They were like the two guys. And this is Coach Todd Kuska. And he, to me, is like the class act of coaches in the Chicagoland area. So I wanted to have him on, talk a little bit about his journey this year, his guys, what's coming up for Caleb in the All-American game, and then we'll get him out of here. But I'd love you guys to hang around if you want to, chime in. That's on y'all. I think Alan and JB, you'll probably have some pretty good questions just in the run of play here.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's bring him in. Here's our guy Todd right here. How are you doing, sir?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Absolutely great. Absolutely great. So please tell us your story, because I mean, I honestly didn't even know you were coming until today. So I got a little bit on you. You know, you seem like you've done a lot in your short career, man. Like, please explain it to us. Science teacher too, on top of that, huh?
Yeah. I've been at St. Rita High School since I started teaching here in 1996. Was an assistant coach.
Nice.
Became the head coach in '98. So I just completed my 24th season as the head coach there. So I've been there. I've been around, and we've had some great success. I've had some incredible kids and great coaches, and administration, things like that. You can't do any of that stuff at the high school level. You can't have success without all that support. So it's awesome. And as Mark said, we've been an Under Armour football team for at least since 2012, 13, sometime around there. So we've been doing well. And this year, unfortunately, as Mark said, we started off the season as the number 1 ranked team in the area and all kinds of stuff. And we lost a couple key guys very early on, and people kind of looked away. And lo and behold, week 14, we were back in the state championship. So, back-to-back years, came up a little short, but it was sometimes it's not always the end result. It's the journey that gets you there, So we had a great year this year.
Coach, week 1, walk me through that. Like, I was obviously on the sideline. Y'all were driving late, and I think it was either tied or were you down maybe a point or two, and you had the block. We had the block field goal and the run back. Walk me through that.
That was quite a moment there. We were tied, and it was. We were tied, and here we go. We lost Caleb Brown, obviously one of the best players in the country and the best player in the states, and we lost him on the 5th play of the game. So it kind of took our guys a little bit. Like I said, Superman left the building for a while, and took our guys a little bit to kind of regather and group. And we hung in there. We played a great game. We driving all the way down. The score is tied. We line up, with I think maybe just a minute, if not less than that, to kick the game winner. And, it was just kind of a fluky thing, kind of a misalignment thing. And next thing I know, they blocked it, and they're running down the field for 80-something yard touchdown with, when you line up to kick the game.
No time left.
And you lose on the play. That's a first for me. Lost some games in my day, but never like that. So
it's a killer.
But we regrouped. We went down to Kentucky the next week to play Trinity.
That's right.
One of the top teams in the country, and kind of gathered ourselves and went down there and played a really good football game and came back victorious. And that kind of turned things around, get us back in the flow, so to speak.
Yeah, your kids, I can't say enough about them, particularly the captains, Jake, Mr. McNabb making All-State. Where is he going? Is he getting some looks right now? I know he's one of those kind of hybrid kids.
Yeah, he's, the thing is that's killing Jabril is he doesn't fit the measurables. He's 6 foot, 235, 240 pound defensive lineman that, was an unstoppable force. But
he's a load.
Yeah, had one of the best years that we've had. We've had some great defensive linemen, and he was right there with him making big play after big play. Was a Lawless Award winner for our division. But, he's going to have some opportunities, some, NAI, possibly Division II, Division III looks, and he's going to play football, but
he is.
Yeah, unfortunately, if he was 6'3", he'd be picking his school right now.
Yeah, and a lot of these kids are doing that. Tomorrow, we talked about National Signing Day. Like, there's a lot of buzz in the area around kids. The kid who I like a lot, who committed to Illinois tonight, is a game I saw you guys play against Loyola, and that's James Kreutz, and he committed to verbally, I guess, tonight, and I guess we'll sign it over tomorrow. Can you talk about, though, like you talked about making the journey back? What was Wheaton North like for you guys? I was at a number of practices as well too, Todd. You guys practice so well. You practice like you play. Yeah. Where do you think you ran into the wall against that team?
Well, it's they're number one. They're a good football team. And this, I think, was one of their best teams they've had in a while. And they had as we had Tommy Ulatowski was our 3-year starting quarterback. Yep. They had their 3-year starting quarterback as well. So there was experience, and they hit us. We moved the ball pretty well to start with. We bogged down a little bit in the red zone and couldn't get on the scoreboard our first couple possessions, and they hit on a couple big plays and kind of got us out of our zone a little bit. And things just didn't go well for us. I hate to say that, but we got pinned deep. We started a couple drives inside the 1 yard line. We couldn't get a rhythm going. I thought we got something, going in the second half a little bit, and then we just kind of got bogged down. So they did some good things. They sold out and blitzed a lot at different things, and when you do that, you're going to have success. And sometimes when we had our chances to hit them, we just didn't get it done. And hats off to them. They had a great season, great. They were the better football team on that day for sure. And they proved it. So, but it was like I said in the before the game, I said it's. There's nothing to say. There's two teams playing for a state championship. It's anything can happen on those days, and they played better than we did, and and they got the championship. But I told our guys to reflect on the journey, not just the end result.
That's right. So are you scheduling now for next year, or is that done? Like, what does that look like?
Yeah. Our schedule is set for next year. It's kind of weeks 3 through 9 are the same conference schedules that we had. Week 1, we're playing against Mount Carmel again, so we're at Mount Carmel. Week 2, we are actually hosting. We're hosting Brother Rice week 2, and then we go back into the. I'm not sure the order, but I know Loyola is week 3, so and then we got Bennett's, Notre Dame, Providence, St. Pat's. Marian Catholic, Notre Dame. It's the same as it was, but week 1 and 2, instead of going to Kentucky, Brother Rice is coming up.
Staying home.
So
good. Hey, you mentioned Tommy a little bit. I can't say enough about Tommy. He's going to be a hell of a baseball player in the spring. I know he's committed to Creighton to play baseball, if I'm not mistaken, and I don't think that's changed. There was a kid, though, who got some burn against Loyola. Bigger kid. Maybe I think he got a little bit of burn at the quarterback position in the second half. Is he lined up for you next year, or maybe I'm off on that? I thought he was. No,
I think we've got Mike Collins as a junior quarterback coming back. We've got a sophomore Jet Hilding that's coming up as well. So we'll have a competition going there, and it's as I said, we just had our banquet last week. Tommy started. He was 22-5 as a starting quarterback. Nice. It's like I don't know. He's won like 10% of the games I've won in my entire career. So he's hard to replace, but we've got to replace guys every year. Going back, you brought up Kreutz, James Kreutz. What a stud player he has been, and I got a chance to get to know Olin a little bit through the last couple of years. So congratulations to them, and Illinois is getting a good one, man. That kid.
Yeah, man.
I'm excited about that one. I am.
Yeah.
So, Coach, let me ask you this, because a lot of us don't really know that are watching the show. We know how hard the public league is. Well, please tell us a little bit about how hard that Catholic league is, because that's a real gauntlet.
Yeah, that's a tough division. That's a tough league. You're going against great coaches every week. You're going against great players that play the game well. And no knock on anybody else. There's good football played in Chicago. But the history and tradition that goes back with the Catholic League is really, really unmatched as a success throughout all of the years. So every week you're getting a good football game. There's no ups and downs. You're going to get your best. I mean, you look at our first game this year. Was against Mount Carmel. It was our 99th meeting. That we've had. So, and it came down to it, what was it? It came down to a blocked field goal at the end of the game, to win it, and then, we actually, even Trinity was a Catholic school out in Louisville, but then we come back with Loyola, and playing Providence.
Marist.
And it's week in, week out. You're always going to get somebody's best. And, everybody's looking to take each other down. A lot of these kids, all grew up playing football against each other. So there's rivalries within those high school rivalries, But you think of the traditional rivalries in the Catholic League, and 99 times. Next year will be the 100th time we play Mount Carmel. I mean, that's a lot of games.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
That's a lot of.
Are you going down to Texas with Caleb for the game, or
I am,
January 6th or whatever it is?
Yes, I will be. Going down, January, I think 6th. Thursday, they got some things for coaches Thursday and Friday, and then Saturday's the game. So yeah, I'm excited about that. I went down a couple times with Ryan Donahue, who played for me there, Darius Fleming, and now it's Caleb's turn. So excited.
Yeah, I was going to just ask you. I love going into your office because there's a Lions jersey in there. There's some other NFL jerseys in there. How many guys are in the league right now for you, or Are there any right now, or are we in a hiatus?
The two guys that are playing right now, obviously Kenny Galladay for the Giants is one of our guys. Pat O'Connor won the Super Bowl as a D lineman for the Bucks. So, we got those two guys playing. I've got, Mike Kafka's the quarterback's coach and pass game coordinator for Kansas City. And Kevin Carberry is the first-year O-line coach for the Rams. So we've got some guys. We've had, I think I've had about 8 or 9 guys that have played in the NFL. And it's great to get the chance to see those guys. Last year, Mike Kafka's coaching the Chiefs against Pat O'Connor playing for the Bucks in the Super Bowl. I said either way, I said either way, St. Rita's winning the Super Bowl. So Mike got one the year before, so it was good. Pat got one last year, so hopefully, hopefully they're doing it again. Or Kevin Carberry is the Rams are doing it. Who knows? I mean, pretty sure our Bears aren't going to be there. So
I was kind of hoping you had a conversation with Olin about him hopefully becoming the president of football operations or something.
No, that'd be awesome. I was just talking to Olin a little bit last year and stuff like that, and just going back and forth. His kid was a good football player. He had 2 of them. One, they're both going to be at Illinois now. So but what a great football family they are.
Yeah, and I've listened to his podcast. He says nothing but good things about your program, what you've done, and honestly, winningest coach in St. Rita history. You were inducted in the Catholic League Hall of Fame. I mean, your resume speaks for itself, Coach. What I have to ask you is, I'm not going to ask you what your favorite team was because that's not fair. But what are some of your favorite moments from your entire career at St. Rita? Because you've got to have a whole bunch of them now.
Yeah, there's a lot of things. Obviously, the state championship games and winning it in 6, and the Prep Bowl championship things, and I've always enjoyed seeing the seniors, have that special moment, whatever it may be, whether it's winning the conference, winning senior night, winning a championship, however it will be. There's a lot of them. I mean, in 24 years, that's like 300 something games, I think. So there's a lot of moments. It all comes down to the kids and their experience. I try to make sure that our kids have an experience. Not everybody is going to be, playing in the Big Ten or playing in the NFL. And that's one of the reasons I said, let's take a trip to Kentucky and let's play a great football program. Let's get on coach buses, travel down. Now, obviously, COVID kind of threw a curveball at us. We weren't able to stay down there. It was the longest road trip we've ever had, 5.5 hours, get off the bus, play a game, get back on, and we got home about 2:33 in the morning. So, but I like to have those moments where the kids, you see it that they're having an experience, so there's a lot of those moments. But, winning the championships and winning conference championship, watching the kids celebrate, and really I enjoy having kids come back and, come back to visit, coming back and coach. I've got a lot of guys that are on my staff now that, played for me, back in the 2000s, so it's great having those guys come back, and that shows that they're really buying into, what we're talking about and preaching about the education and everything at St. Rita.
That's awesome, Coach. And I want to say that just a testament, I have a couple of your players, former players, that play in a flag football league with me. Malik Alton, Julian Crum, those guys, and just their knowledge. I see where they get it from. So, man, hats off to you,
man. Thank you.
Great guys, great players, real knowledge for the game. Just a joy to be around some young people that know football.
Thank you. Yeah.
And the right way.
Yeah.
Okay, there's some buzz about hoops too. Who won tonight?
Actually, see, that's the thing. I was flying out of there. We played Marist tonight. We were well in hand. We kind of let it slip away a little bit, but when I left, I was leaving with about 30 seconds left, so I can get home so we can do this. We were up by, I think, about 11 or 12. So I'm pretty sure we pulled out the victory. We've got some great young talent there. I mean, start 3 sophomores, a freshman, and a junior. And all
varsity.
I think all of them have offers. Yep. Everybody's got an offer somewhere. So it's pretty good. It's a good time to watch some sports at St. Rita.
It really is. And Todd, like I said to open, man, you truly are my favorite. You and John, I know you guys, I think probably a little bit more intimately than any other coach in not only the Catholic League, but in Chicagoland. I'll tell you, Alan might be coaching down south, but the K's, if they have something on the schedule, Alan, I mean, maybe you get a preseason. I don't know. I don't know what it looks like.
K's, I will definitely go to that game. if you're there, Coach. 100%. I'm trying to get that St. Rita score for you, but it's not up there yet. They haven't put it online yet. I'm still waiting.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So, Coach, just quickly, like, what's your spring look like, and then we'll get you out of here. Like, how many practice days? Are you doing anything competition-wise in the spring?
Well, it's last year was last year was the only springtime we ever had. So, right now we're just getting ready to get back in the weight room, starting up that when we get back from break. We go on break this Friday. So coming back on the 4th, guys will get in the weight room, and, guys, we got a lot of guys that play baseball, lacrosse, track, things like that. So guys kind of go their own ways as long as they get their work done, and we'll come back and start practices in June. We have about a 4-week camp from middle of June, middle of July, and I cut them loose, say, go hang with your families, go have fun. We'll see you back in August when it starts for real, So it's not a lot of stuff other than just lifting and things like that.
So,
well, go ahead, AB. Sorry.
Oh no, I just wanted to tell you, found it 60-49. You guys won. Morris Johnson had 23.7 rebounds. Jaden Reyna had 16 points.
Yeah.
So,
Merez had a bunch of dunks too. So he's a sophomore committed to Illinois a couple weeks back.
I'm already happy about that then. I'm a huge Illinois guy.
He's a big kid.
Yeah, he's like 6'9".
Yeah.
So
nice.
Okay.
He's a great kid too, right? I've met a couple of those kids. It seems to me that St. Rita has a humbleness about it that it's hard to put your finger on. Like, nobody walks around there like they own like anything. It's just humble kids and hard workers, blue collar.
Well, we try to keep. You got to keep those kids grounded. You keep everybody, and it's hard. I tell you what, in today's world of social media and all kinds of stuff, everybody's telling everybody how great they are. As I said, I was talking to somebody the other day. I told them, one of the first things I said, we start football practices. I don't care what the rest of the world is going to do, but we're going to hold you accountable. You're going to be accountable to yourself, your team, your family, and your school, and I think that rubs off on everybody. And we do. We've got a lot of kids that just, we got some great talent and some great kids, great academic kids in the building. And, they work hard. They work hard after getting after things, and they don't expect anything. They just want to keep working, keep having fun, playing with their teammates, and, playing high school football, basketball, whatever sport, baseball, it's all about getting after it and representing your school, your team, your buddies, and that's what we do.
Let me ask you about one more kid if I can, because he's staying home as well. That's Jack Lausch that I heard today is committed to Northwestern. I saw it on the Bird. How hard was he to prepare for, to play against? What was that like?
Well, now see, we never played against them.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen them a little bit on film, and
that's right.
Actually, I had a chance. I talked to Coach Batke about him, and we had our all-conference banquet the other day. So, that's good. It's a good thing. I know. I had a pleasure having Mike Kafka play over there at Northwestern, and Coach Fitz. One of the best. Not just football coaches, but best men on this planet that you would want somebody to be led by, and that's great. It's a great thing for Northwestern family. It's a great fit. It really is. And like I said, I having a Coach Fitz, what an awesome guy. And he's got a couple kids that play for Loyola. So
that's right.
We talk about that a little bit too. So but that's a great win for for Jack Lausch and a great win for Northwestern.
Love it. Yeah, absolutely. All right, Coach. Well, we'll get you out of here, man. We appreciate you hanging out late. I know it's a school night. Enjoy break. AB, you have one thing to.
I gotta say one thing to you, man, and I just kind of have to really piggyback on what Cal said about you've got a bunch of humble guys, and we can see just by talking to you exactly where that stems from. You invest in your players and not yourself. It's easily seen. Hats off to you, man. I have to say, from afar, we all respect you here, and job well done. Please keep up the good work.
Thank you very much. We will. We'll keep plugging away. We're gonna keep plugging away. So.
You have an amazing.
We'll have you back this time next fall, maybe with some hardware.
Okay.
Maybe we'll see. Absolutely. And keep us posted on any commits. And
a ring on that finger next year.
All right. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. Great guy, man. Great
awesome.
Guy. Awesome guy. You can tell You can tell exactly why his players are the way they are just by hearing him speak about them and how he really guides them. He's not about himself. He's about his players first and about them, the alma mater coming back. That's the way that you coach football. That's the way that you do it. And I'm happy that there are programs out there that have those types of actual coaches out there now, because we need more of that in high school, in college, all over the place. So hats off to you, Todd, 100%.
Yeah, definitely seems like he created an atmosphere.
He did.
Where
he created a
kids
culture.
just want to be there.
Yes, 100% he did.
Yeah, man. His practices are methodical. Like, there's music going. He lets his coaches coach. Yeah. He's just the guy, man. He's gonna be around as long as he wants at St. Rita. He looks younger than I do. He looks younger than all of us, probably. Right? He's been around for 26 years.
And that's hard to believe coaching for that long, because that
right?
can stress you out after a while, especially at that high of a level. But he does it with grace, obviously, man. And it's hats off again to him.
No doubt, man. No doubt. We'll hopefully continue to have guys like him on. It's going to be hard. He's going to be a hard guy to follow, but he's plugged in. He's as plugged in as it gets. So,
you ready, Terrence?
You ready?
Hi, Terrence. Are you feeling better now?
My fucking thumb. I don't know.
So everyone watching, just so you know what's going on, Terrence is icing his thumb right now.
Why?
I have some kind of infection in my thumb. It just started throbbing when we were talking to a Will. So I'm just soaking it right now in some soap and water.
What did you do?
I don't know what the fuck I did, man. I don't know. Maybe I bit my cuticle. I don't know what the fuck I did, but it hurts. It throbs, man.
Urgent.
It's more so uncomfortable than painful, though.
Yeah.
So you should send us a video from the ambulance ride when you go to the hospital tonight.
Yeah, I'm not doing
have it
all
live
that,
in there.
I'm definitely not doing all that, man.
Oh, okay.
Well, remember, I'm gonna get you sucker when the dude's toe was boom, 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 boom. I don't want to your thumb.
I do remember that, but I think I'll be all right, man. I just got to keep it soaked and taking these antibiotics. I think I'll be all right.
Penicillin never fails, right? Oh, different antibiotic. Sorry. Different infection, T-Nick.
Yeah, different infection, dog. Not get your mind right, man.
I could have
nothing down there. Everything down there is good.
The whole time I was like, I'm not going there today. I'm not going. Hit the brakes. We're not going there.
I think we do have a full court press coming on.
Do we? Should we play a commercial first? Because I need to go get another beer.
Sure. Let's go ahead and play a commercial. I gotta
try to race
back.
back.
My thumb anyway.
All right. We'll be right back. We got a quick commercial break from you know who. I don't gotta tell you.
There was a time when high standards prevailed, when excellent craftsmanship was displayed and treated with the utmost importance. Acquire the crisp, refreshing taste of Moore's Beer. Moore's Beer. Raise your standards.
Okay, that was the short Moore's commercial. Clearly,
that was quick. That was quick as hell. But we do have another Moore's commercial that we need to go ahead and show, especially since
hold on. Are we on this one?
And AB or not? Oh, they're back now. So I guess maybe we don't need to.
Look, I want to say, are we?
It took me a little longer than I needed to.
Raise
your
running in the dark. Not raise your standards.
What is that bullshit you got?
That's the Yingling.
It's Yingling, baby. Yingling lager. It's good shit. You'll
Yingling?
like it.
I've never heard of that, but
so
I have heard of more.
It's not sold in Illinois. That's why. But it is.
AB, I started with that story down that road last week. We and it's public knowledge now. It's fine. We drove over the line with a fair amount of kegs in a U-Haul, And if you wanted a Yingling at Mad River Bar and Grill, you would come up and you would say, I want a pancake.
Yep.
So, like, that was it. Like,
Yep.
Friday night, can I get a
I've heard that
pancake?
before,
Sure,
actually.
you're from Philly.
Yep.
Anybody else? You may not.
A pancake. Oh,
Yep.
right. Okay.
And then a little birdie may or may not have told me that we took some spotted cow back to New York City, and then things went awry because that truck actually got pulled over, and that's when things went awry. You talk about distribution. I think we made it
y'all on
outlet
some
or two.
old.
Spotted Cow is Wisconsin, right?
Correct. Yeah, we had Madison is a very transient campus. So New York City alumni, there's a ton. Like you wouldn't think so, but there's quite a few Badgers hanging around. Russell Wilson.
And then after you have the Yingling in there, you take your Crown Peach.
Jeez.
And you
you got the Crown Peach.
Wait, do you put the Crown Peach in the Yingling?
I'm a madman, JB.
You ain't kidding.
It's exactly what I do.
Oh wow.
I put it in Bud Light. I put Crown Peach in anything. I love
anything,
the way
dog?
this. Oh my gosh. Mountain Dew, Sprite, you pick it. I'll throw it in. Anything. Beer.
So we got a full
that good.
court press, don't we?
Wait, is that a Boilermaker?
I mean, basically, right?
Kinda.
It's
Kinda,
kind of
right?
like it's
a hangover. It's a hangover.
It's my version of it.
Okay.
Basically, I don't know. Like one night, I had some Bud Light, and I was about out of Bud Light. We were literally doing the podcast, and I was like, "Why don't I just try to throw some Crown Peach in it, see what happens?" And I did, and it was amazing. It tasted good. So now it's like something I just got to do. And I get these Crown Peaches for like $30 a bottle, which is
Hey,
cheap.
don't worry. I'll have some on deck for when you get here.
I was gonna bring some anyway. Either way, we're gonna have some, my brother. We are gonna have some. And more's because Terrence told me today that I'm gonna get my case when I come and see you guys.
Oh, you know what? We got to go back and we got to talk to Damon. We got to get Damon back on the show.
Yeah, we do.
I got a lot of people been asking about Moore's, and it needs to be in Jewel. It needs to be in some of these other stores that sell beer and wine. We got to talk to Damon, man.
He's gonna get there, but whenever you ask him, he's gonna sound stressed because he's. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. I'm trying to get it everywhere. I'm like,
store
just get it, man. Come
in Jewel, asking for it, and I'm just happen to be there. Like, oh, I know who sells Moore's.
Like, I know this guy. Me calling me.
But yes, I do have a full court press.
Yes. Let's get to that.
Let's get it then. I'm leaving that up just for a minute. Thank you, Bullets, my guy.
Bullets, can't wait for that. Can't wait for that California trip. We got to start playing.
I wish I could go with y'all, man.
We just gonna have to make it happen.
I wish I could get out there. I need to figure.
Why
that
can't
out.
you?
When is it?
No, he just said let him know what's a good time.
Whenever.
Where's
It's
it
a
at?
family trip. We'll figure something out.
Your wife ain't gonna let you go?
I can do what I want. I'm asking, where is it?
Man, you ain't got to try to impress me.
I don't have
man.
to impress you.
You
I'm
ain't
just
got to
saying,
try
like,
to impress us.
I got
man.
family out in California. I got a brother that lives in Sacramento. So where are you all going?
Well,
No, so
live in LA.
Bullets just said let him know when we're coming to Cali, and we'll make it happen.
Okay.
Alcoholic Bratcher.
Where is he at though? LA or what?
I believe he's in LA.
He's in LA.
I just said he's in LA.
I didn't hear you over all the other jibbity jab you said.
We'll quit talking and you'll hear me.
You know I ain't gonna shut up. All right, JB, proceed with the full court press. I'm sorry, man.
Jibbity jab. Okay, so
This motherfucker.
aside from the Bulls
Man.
playing quarantine basketball,
Oh,
he's not in LA. Is he in San Diego? Now I'm intrigued.
Hold on hang on. Hold on full court press. We got to figure out where Bullets lives so we can go drop in on it. He said he lives a half an hour from LA. Is that north or south though?
No Cal, SoCal, it's still Cal.
That's a whole different ball game if it's north or south.
SoCal. It's all SoCal.
SoCal
it's
is
still
what I'm
LA,
hoping he
so we
said.
cool.
Exactly.
So look, back to the full court press, guys. So even in the wake of us not even knowing if we're going to play in the next couple of games, because we already had one where we were very, very, very short, and another one where we got canceled, right?
And we're not supposed to play till Sunday now.
So now that's the rest of the week.
Saturday.
That's a lot of games. So we already know what 2021 is looking like at the end for our Bulls as far as COVID is concerned. But we also saw a couple of things that we need to tweak, right? So show of hands real quick. Would any of you be upset if you traded Vooch? Show of hands.
For what? What am
Dame?
I getting? No,
So,
get out of here. Get out of here, Cal.
Yeah, what are you getting?
Cal,
So-
we're not on prep no more, Cal. Come on.
I
So
hear you.
I read
Cal, come back.
I read that the Houston Rockets would listen to offers for Christian Wood.
Yes.
Younger, more versatile, and he gives us the rim protection and defense we need.
Yeah.
I would entertain that. Now, I don't
I
know
would
what
too.
other players to throw in or what second round pick, because because of the rule, we can't give back-to-back first round picks. That's not allowed. Then my other thing was, AB, like you and I spoke of, Patrick Williams, Kobe White, and maybe a second or future first in cash consideration for DeMonte Sabonis. Because the one thing that we've noticed is with the Bulls, as great as we are, second in the East right now, there's still some of those days where we look at a team like Cleveland where they literally just outbig us. That's literally what they do.
I got murdered for that.
Yeah, but it's true, because some people want to be like, it happens, it's a loss, it's tired. It's not that they lost, it's the way they lost. It's the domination that they had on the board. You putting out Jared Allen, you putting out Mobley, you put out what's the other boy's name?
Laurie Markkinen even was there.
Well, Markkinen was there, but it's another guy that was just there. Like, man, all he did was rebound. Kevin Love had a sighting. Like, they just literally outbigged us. So that shows us with Vucevic, always at the 3 or in trail mode, we're very soft on the interior at that 4 position. Where a guy last year, the year before, a guy like Daniel Gafford, a guy like Thaddeus Young, used to give us those rebounds. We don't even win 50-50 balls anymore if Vooch is not down there.
No.
We haven't had the services of Patrick Williams. I'm sorry. I never wanted Patrick Williams in the first place, but we're playing him out of position. He's playing the power forward spot, and that's not what he is. He's a 3.
He's a 3.
He's a 3.
JB, are you going to Lakers? Is anybody going to Lakers?
Leonard type guy.
I would love to if I can get some tickets, but no, as of right now, I'm not going.
Yeah, I might have to keep an eye on that as well. Like that'd be a great. That's a Sunday 3:30 tip, I believe.
It's next week, right?
Next week, 19th.
Yeah,
I don't. Yeah,
no, I'm sorry. This Sunday.
This Sunday, 3:30.
Yeah, Sunday was.
But we got to see if they clear protocol.
Right.
Wait a minute. So they have a game Saturday. Did they cancel that?
Yep.
So right now, all the games this week this Sunday are
The game that was supposed to be what?
It's supposed to be the game today.
Yeah,
Today.
They were supposed to play the Pistons, I think. And
Yeah, and you know what? Cleveland's not that bad. I watched that game. Cleveland's actually kind of intriguing to me a little bit, like how young they are.
They're not
You're
bad,
like, wait,
but they're just big, and it's like,
Yeah.
my God, like they just
So
like
they kind of play that old school, like how Aaron Williams was playing back in those days. They're bringing that brand of basketball back
quietly.
The part about them is they're young. Minus
Yep.
Kevin Love, they're young. So they just have to kind of gel and put that together. But with our Bulls, we have 3 bona fide all-stars coming up. Definitely. We know who those are. I think we have a rookie of the year candidate in Ayo Dosunmu. I really do.
You got Jalen Green on the Pistons. You got some
No.
heavy hitters in
Jalen
there.
Green is on Houston.
Houston.
Right. You're thinking of Cade Cunningham.
I'm thinking of Cade Cunningham. Yeah,
Right.
but he's no slouch either. But
He's no slouch.
What if somebody called him for Ben Simmons?
Well, that's why I
Would you
said
take
rookie
Ben
of the
Simmons?
year candidate. I didn't
Never.
say he was going to win rookie of the year. I said a candidate.
he'll be
Because
on
he's
like the
playing
rookie
big
team.
minutes. Right.
Yeah,
But he's playing big minutes. So that's a great thing.
It's his defense that really stands out to me. I mean, like, what the last game they played or the game before? He led the team in minutes.
He did. He had
As a rookie.
38.
Oh, keep going. He had 41.
Oh, 40. No, that's the game he had 42. Right.
Yeah, 42. And I'm
42,
sitting
right.
here like, whoa, bro. But you're not going to get anything this year, JB, because they have the Simeon rule, or no, the Stephen rule, that you can't trade first-round picks like that every year. So they're going to have to sit tight with it this year. I don't think they're going anywhere this year. Now, this offseason, that's when you could get a guy like Sabonis, someone
But Patrick
like that.
Williams is in his second year.
He is, yeah, but
Kobe White is in his third year.
Yeah, but you can't make that trade work without a pick. And they aren't allowed to trade another first-round pick until next year.
Until next year? Okay.
Yeah, because they have
I know
this
you can't
rule
trade
about
back-to-back
trading
years.
first-round picks or something like that, I guess. It's it states that a team, they can't trade first-round picks in
consecutive
back-to-back years. Yeah.
So
they have to do it next year.
The problem is they gave up a 2021 pick and a 2023 pick for
They gave
Vooch.
up 2, yeah.
So they wouldn't be able to give up that 2024 pick. They'd have to give up the 2025 pick.
Yeah.
They can't even give up the other pick that they traded when what pick is that, JB? Help me out here.
You talking about the one that went that
One that they
goes
traded
to
for.
that does it go to New Orleans?
I can't remember who it goes to. That's gonna drive me nuts too.
Hey, how about Curry in the Garden tonight? Like,
How
I
about
think you
Curry
touched on that,
set
Alan.
the record on it, and
That's what I mean.
congrats to you, Steph Curry. That awesome job. Not really something that's a surprise whenever you see the volume of threes that he shoots a year, because this guy changed the game. And there's a massive debate right now, and we can talk about it if you want, guys. LeBron James might
I don't
not
want to
be the
talk
guy that we need really to compare to Jordan. It might be Steph Curry.
As far as influence,
as far as all
or
of
just
it.
overall greatness, because here's
Overall.
the thing. Here's the thing. Points wise, yes, Steph Curry can play well into his 40s because as long as he can shoot the ball,
Yeah.
he'll be able to play. Not going to debate that. Love of Steph Curry, right? Impact on the game, though, I think Steph is turning, but LeBron still has like that global icon thing.
Hold on, though. Okay, because remember what you said earlier to our guest about how everybody shoots threes nowadays?
Yes.
Who's the guy that really started that? Steph transcended the
Yes.
game and made it to the point where now the three-point shot is the sexy shot, not the dunk. The three-point shot, all that came from Steph.
JB, I think Steph.
I think
Steph
changed
gave
the
hope
game.
to like the white suburban kid, right?
Gave
Like
hope to everybody.
the white suburban
did?
kid, yeah, who
I don't
shoots
even
from the
think
hip.
it's just
I
that,
thought Don Paxson did that.
No.
Not like
Come on,
Steph
man.
Curry, man. Not like Steph Curry, Terrence.
No,
I know
Terrence.
you're playing on that one, man. Come on.
Maybe Steve Kerr after John.
No,
Wait,
Steve
Steve.
Kerr, yeah.
No.
Steve
I used to
Kerr.
look at Steve Kerr. I used to look at Mark Price too, and be like, Mark Price.
Mark Price
Who's
is a
Mark
dog.
Price?
He was a
Like,
dog.
yeah, absolutely.
But see,
Dog.
okay,
Mark Price.
but you're
Dennis
talking about a
Scott,
household name.
those
So,
kind of guys,
so
man.
a Mark Price, definitely a household name. A John Stockton, household name. But what about the guys that like a Jim Les? What about guys like a Steve Kerr, like
Glenn Rice,
Bobby Hansen.
no,
Ray
no.
Allen.
What's my man's
The
name?
guy that he just passed.
Tim Legler.
Tim
Tim
Legler.
Legler. There you go. Legs, man. Yeah.
So
you gotta love legs.
So
I saw Legs last week telling a story in Philadelphia, and
Judd
like
Bush.
the guy owned the room. Swear to God.
Judd mother Bushler, baby.
Can we say
Who did-
JJ Redick?
JJ Redick.
Greg Ostertag is who he dropped
Absolutely
tonight. He dropped Ostertag. What a fucking guy.
No.
He wasn't a three-point guy though, was he?
No, he was just a big white dude.
Who
Just
talking
a
about
big
big
load
white
of a
guys?
white dude.
Yeah.
Who was
Big
Big
white
Country?
guys.
White guy.
Who was Big Country? What was Big Country's name?
Brian Reeves,
Brian Reeves.
Yes. Thank you, JB.
Oklahoma State.
Or tractor
He
He was
trailer.
also
Tractor-
just a big white guy.
Big old Keith
But
Taylor.
the point being is now, like Aaron said, it's almost like if you can't show that you can shoot the three, are they even going to look at you to draft you now? If you're not a 3 and D guy, are you going to even make the roster?
Yeah, but so who started that? it was Steph, right? So
I don't know.
If you look at the way that like both of those, okay, history, future, 100 years from now, when they look at both of these two players, they're going to look at LeBron as the guy who invented the super team, right? And
Agreed.
that whole style. They're going to look at Steph and see how he transcended the game with the 3-point shot and made it lovable for everybody. I feel like that's a bigger impact.
I do agree to
wrong.
what you're saying, but it's something to be said. And mind you, I'm not a LeBron's fan. I'm not.
None of us are.
But it's something to be said about his longevity and the high caliber of play that he's given us throughout those 19 years, I think it is now.
Yeah, he also did it with another guy. And Clay's on his way back, and we're going to watch when Clay comes back into the mix. But Splash Brothers is like what really took it to the moon, in my opinion.
Because honestly,
a guy to a story.
Like right now, Klay Thompson's probably top 5 in shooting.
Absolutely.
He's got to be up there.
Here's how the narrative have changed, fellas. If you ask each one of us right now, give me your top 3 players in the NBA, neither one of us better say LeBron James.
KD.
Never. I won't even put LeBron in my top 3. How about that?
That's what I just said. We won't, because in no particular order, you have to go Steph, KD,
easy money.
Giannis.
Yeah,
in no particular order.
100% mine too. Same.
Right? So
actually, about the same way that you laid it out.
Likewise.
Steph, KD, Giannis.
Give or take. But the problem that we're gonna have moving forward, like I told somebody, a little bit of history.
Well, I'd actually flip KD and Steph, because the reason that they won that other championship was because of KD, not because of Steph. So,
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm thinking today, though. Today, NBA record is Steph, right? Like today.
Well, yeah, but if you put them on the same team, you're going to have KD pretty much hold the reins of the team, not Steph.
Yeah, agreed.
Whenever he doesn't have anyone, Steph is the man, period.
Absolutely. Yeah. And remember, they did win a championship with Steph as the man. They also went 73-9 with Steph as the man, even though they didn't win. So let's not act like
but that was a charity from the NBA, because
it was. But let's not act like he can't take a team to the promised land.
That series still pisses me off.
But I wanted to bring one fact, because a lot of people say, "Man, nobody pulls from 35 like Steph." I said I can remember Reggie Miller pulling from deep like that. Ray Allen, and I'm gonna do you one better.
Ray Allen was
Dale Ellis.
Dale Ellis too, but I'm gonna do you one.
I love
one
you
better,
threw that one out of nowhere. I like that.
I challenge each and every one of you all to go look it up. Do you all remember Dan Marley pulling from 35, 40 feet?
Dan Marley was a beast.
In the finals, hey, when he was with Miami, he hit 9 threes, and like 3 of them was from like the hash.
And you know what? We're missing Steve Nash. We're missing the 2-time NBA Steve Nash.
We've seen this before, right? But never to that degree. It's like watching Total Recall with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and then we watch Total Recall with Colin Farrell. Same movie, but one is way elevated. So we've definitely seen this before. But stay tuned, because I'll tell you what. I think Steph and KD are on a collision course. You heard it.
Oh, for
That's
sure.
The name. So Chris Mullin.
Chris Mullin, Chris Mullin was left hand.
St. John's, baby. St. John's finals.
Guys. Yeah, I was sitting there trying to remember his name. I'm like, I knew I had one in my head, but
it's I could give you many more. Rex Chapman could shoot the 3 and dunk.
Raouf.
Yeah.
Chris Jackson by regular trade, man. Drazen Petrovic.
Oh, cold. Like him and Vlade. Forget about it.
Arguably one of the best shooters that a real NBA historian is gonna put Drazen Petrovic in those names.
Robert Horry,
the top 3-point shooter. Robert Horry more clutch than more 3.
Rick Barry.
Rick Barry, yes.
Not so much with the 3, because remember they didn't have a 3 back then in the 70s. But
but he was a shooter though.
He was, but we could go. So if you want to like really go,
he was a good underarm free throw shooter too.
He was very good free throw shooter. But if you want to go back to like the big man shooting 3, right? You have to go to deadlift shrimp. People like that.
Deadlift shrimp. Oh my god.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta
right now.
You gotta put people like that in there. You can go back power forward shooting 3s. Derek Coleman. You can go back to those days. So we've seen this story before, but just never to this degree.
Rice.
What about
never to this scale?
What about Sabonis's dad?
A center,
He was a good mid-range guy.
Arvidas
Sabonis.
Arvidas
He's a pretty good mid-range guy. I mean, like he didn't shoot the three like all those guys, but like for a big
No,
guy,
he did shoot the three. He did.
But not like crazy good like Steph or any of those guys did. Like he was a decent guy, but he was before his time. Like imagine him playing today.
It was two centers that Shaq said gave him the most trouble. That was Yao Ming and Arvidas Sabonis.
Yeah, Arvidas was no joke. I always loved his play, man. Loved his play.
And he came over here, and he was like 30-something already, like 34, 35. He was an old man by the time
he was a grandpa by the time he got here. He was raising his son who was going to take over the NBA.
On them Portland teams.
Yeah.
So what we're seeing now is just a more enhanced version of the game that we grew up. It was like, oh my God, Sean Kemp took a three. Remember how we used to look at like when Dennis Rodman would take a three? We're like, oh my God, Dennis Rodman took a three.
He used to do that just for fun, though. Like he didn't do that when it mattered.
Now,
because
make Draymond Dennis Rodman.
Craig Hodges.
Shooting the three. Just shooting the three.
No.
That's all right. But
I don't like Draymond shooting like that,
in the playoffs, it always goes back to half court and physicality.
It always will. Because everyone brings it to another level, man.
And that is my full court press.
Way to go,
All
sir.
right.
Well done.
Okay.
So now we got to get depressed again.
So,
right, Terrence?
So guys, we have another
Bears.
We have another Monday night football game.
Another embarrassment.
We always get our asses handed to us on Monday nights.
Block Brian.
I'm surprised this game didn't get flexed.
It didn't get flexed because it's Chicago. It's the third largest market,
right.
And it's Aaron Rodgers. And Chris Collinsworth is in love with Aaron Rodgers, like legitly in love with him. Like
I'm talking about this Monday night
coming
game.
up.
You can't flex a Monday.
You can't flex Monday night games.
Oh,
you can only flex Sunday night games, and it's only for 3 weeks.
Late in the season.
And that's if Fox or NBC, whoever you're trying to pull it
is
from,
willing to flip, right?
So there's some stipulations that go into that a lot of people don't understand. Like,
okay, yeah, I don't understand.
Yeah,
I don't understand.
No, there's a bunch of stuff that goes into it.
Well, there's one thing that you definitely understand. Mike Zimmer is also fighting for his job. So this is not going to be a cakewalk.
Well, you watched them last Thursday night, did you not?
I did.
They were after our Bears show. I went down and they were putting it on Pittsburgh. I mean, I'm not surprised because it is Pittsburgh and they're not that good. They're not.
But they almost screwed the pooch because it came back.
They almost did.
They came back.
Ben Roethlisberger.
Is Dalvin Cook going to play?
I believe so. Hang on a minute. Well, no, there's no injury report yet about that game.
No, it won't
come out. You also have two Saturday games on the slate this week. You got
Thursday.
Colts Patriots Saturday night. Which
is
Colts
Patriots Saturday night. You do.
Yeah. The Raiders play
Raiders Browns, and then you have Chiefs Chargers.
Why the fuck are we talking about these other games? We're talking about the Bears and the Vikings.
We're talking about fun games.
That's what we're talking about.
So again,
because we like talking about fun stuff, Jay.
Since the Vikings are in the playoff hunt still, technically, and because Mike Zimmer's fighting for his job, I don't know if the beloved are going to show up well enough. First of all,
you also lost Eddie Goldman, who is a starting lineman. You lost Artie Burns, so that means Kendall Vildor goes back to the outside, which is another trash heap of a conversation that we could have about.
We don't know, even though he wasn't that good. We may have lost Crawford. DeAndre Houston Carson got hurt last.
I'll be okay with Crawford never playing again.
I would too, but
I'm okay.
We're looking at depth.
That's not depth. Whenever you can't cover anything, it's really a wasted spot because that guy got beat over and over.
Now we're taking safeties and converting them to corners because we don't have the personnel.
Now Houston Carson, I would be okay with doing some stuff like that with him. But he's the only one that I have more confidence in him than I do any of those backup guys, any of those corners.
So are you saying that Eddie Jackson took out Crawford on purpose on that play?
I think he did.
So he wouldn't mess up anymore?
Out of control, man. That dude is so OC.
It's like the third person in his career.
He's thinking about himself all the time. He's not thinking about his teammates.
He's like the Tasmanian devil.
Horrible, man. Like, he wants to make himself look good over everyone else all the time. Oh, well, he sucks. I'm better than him. Like, get out of here, man. Eddie Jackson, he had a couple good plays. I'm not going to completely discredit him. He had that good knockout that he did, even though he should have turned around and caught the ball, because that's what ball hawks do, right?
But remember, we talked about on the very next play we were in the check. Yep. He crossed over and Crawford did the right thing, because when they cross, stay in your zone, go with the man.
That one.
Eddie came across and made Crawford late. Like, Eddie, what are you doing?
So Eddie either blew that play in his head or he did it on purpose. That's one of two things. I'm hoping that he just had a spacey moment and he didn't realize what coverage he was supposed to be doing on that play. I don't have an answer for you, JB, because I'm not him. Like,
you never cross on the goal line.
You don't.
Never.
But I feel like he just had a moment. Like, he just had a senior moment where he just completely spaced out what he was supposed to do on the play, and they paid for it. And Crawford looked silly. And at first glance, I was like, Crawford's horrible. Why is he in this whole coverage?
Where did he come from? He's terrible.
I thought wasn't he a practice squad guy that was brought up?
Xavier Crawford?
But I'm saying, where was he before that?
Oh, I don't know. This is the first time I've seen him.
Oh.
I will tell you in a minute.
He's terrible.
Because remember, the starter was Kendall Vildor with Artie Burns as his backup.
Artie Burns actually took his spot, though.
I can play.
Yeah, he did, because remember, Duke Shelley was he hurt? Did Duke get hurt?
He played he played Sunday night too.
But but he was coming back off an injury, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So he was drafted by the Houston Texans in the 6th round, and then he went to Miami in 2019, and then the Bears picked him up in basically in 2019, he was drafted, waived, and picked up by the Bears, and he hasn't left the Bears since 2019.
Which means he probably was on the practice squad at some point.
He was on the practice squad. He said he was the final roster cut on the practice squad.
The Bears love holding on to bad players.
Not really. Well, yeah, bad guys. But then you look at Perriman, who was on the practice squad forever because they had to get rid of Adams, right? Had to get rid of him. You just watch Rashad Perriman win Tampa Bay.
He won the game.
He got a freaking touchdown in overtime to win the damn game. And I'm like, of course.
AB, knock on your boy, though. Dable, horrible call on that third down.
Yeah.
3rd and 2, Josh Allen, go get the first down.
That's stupid. Yeah, I 100% agree with you on that. And that's why everyone's so quick for like Brian Dable to come here. Pump the brakes a little bit, guys. Like,
he doesn't produce in big moments. They're 0-4.
It's not about they are, and it's not always about that. Like Matt Nagy, remember back when he was with Kansas City, he kind of had the same big game kind of problem. Like when they were playing Tennessee in the playoffs and they were up by 21 or whatever.
That's who they lost to.
1,000 points, and you let Marcus Mariota come back and beat you at home because you wouldn't run the ball and drain the clock. You let Marcus Mariota literally throw a pass to himself and get a touchdown that game, if I remember correct. Like, that was my red flag. So now Brian Dable not being able to win a big game, that kind of shows me the same thing with Brian Dable. I don't think I want Brian Dable as my head coach. Leslie Frazier. Now, Terrence, we didn't talk to you about Leslie Frazier. There's been some chatter about Leslie Frazier maybe being our head coach. What do you think about that?
I will be okay with that. He's a defensive minded dude.
Yeah.
That's what the Bears pride themselves on. But they have they would have to get an offensive coordinator, experienced offensive coordinator who can grab the monkey by the ears and take over this offense and make, because we have good players. We have decent players.
Okay, so
but
what if I said that, okay, so do you think Josh Allen's turned into a decent quarterback?
Absolutely. He's top 10.
Sure.
He's top 10.
Definitely.
So would you say that maybe Ken Dorsey, his quarterback coach, who has developed him and made him what he is now, do you think that would be somebody they could bring up for offensive coordinator? Somebody
I like Ken Dorsey, but I don't know if he can call plays.
Well,
I know he can develop. I know he can develop.
That's a fair point.
But can he call plays? I don't know.
That's a fair point. I really can't debate you on that because I don't know if he can or not because he hasn't. So what's the right call if you get a Leslie Frazier? Because in my eyes, he's probably pulling their quarterback coach. He's probably trying to bring him with him when he comes here because he needs a good OC because he's obviously all defensive oriented. He's going to need an offensive guy that's going to be able to come in, and he's going to trust somebody who's already developed one quarterback. Why can't he develop another one? Especially with somebody who's got wheels and he throws better than Josh Allen ever thought of coming out of college.
You make a lot of sense. But again, if you're Leslie Frazier and you're hitching this guy to your wagon, him going as a quarterback's coach is one thing. Him coming as your QB/OC, that's something slightly different. Now, in fairness, right, to Ken Dorsey, if Ken Dorsey was to come over as a QB coach or coordinator, passing game coordinator, whatever the hell you want to call it,
he can't go lateral though.
You can't, but that's why I say you gotta. It depends on his contract. Yeah. We don't know when Ken Dorsey's contract is up.
I will.
I'm sure you can find it out, right? But I would say right now, Leslie Frazier needs kind of not necessarily an offensive guru, but somebody that's got a solid offensive plan. Like Greg Roman was never an offensive guru, but Greg Roman got the job done.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if they use somebody like to that degree, to that ilk, yeah. But then again, we don't know what coaches besides Nagy that's going to get fired. It might trickle down back to the OC coordinator position.
Yeah.
He's an offensive guru.
No. So that was premature, Terrence.
That was super premature.
That was premature because I still say he's hitching his wagon to Alex Smith's best statistical career stats of his career. But how much of that really was Nagy and how much of that still was Andy Reid? Like, we have to take these things into consideration because now, after what Justin went through with Nagy, the next coach has to be really staunch and rigid on development. Forget getting fancy in the play calling. Forget trying to bring the West Coast plus. Forget Eric. The quarterback coach and the OC for Justin Fields coming up next has to be very big on development. He's a project. As much as we love him, he's a project, guys. Let's call it what it is. He's got some work to do. He shows some flashes. We know that he can throw the ball. We know that he's a big kid. We know that he can break tackles. But I'm still worried about a little bit of that RG3 element because he still runs a little wild.
I've heard a lot of people say that.
He still doesn't protect himself.
Too.
Yeah, he still doesn't protect himself. The jump passes, like every time he does that, I cringe because it's like, dude, you're exposing everything that you just got set out for. So he needs to watch that. Now, if you have a guy in mind, let me know. But like I said, I'm still stuck on a Jim Caldwell. I'm stuck on like a Jim Mora Jr. type. Yeah. I'm stuck on somebody that's going to really, really make the passing game really, really simple for him, but still be dynamic enough to feature the run game.
I think I know who.
Because we have a horse. We have a bona fide horse running the football.
Yeah.
So what if he doesn't pass for 300 yards a game? Hell, if he passes for 250, 2 touchdowns, and David Montgomery gets 20, 25 carries and runs for 100 a game, I'll take that.
I think I know who your coach should be, JB. Probably somebody that runs a pro style offense that knows Justin very well, knows him better than anyone in the
Oh my
NFL does.
God, Ryan
Not
Day
sold on him.
again.
See, that's why he froze.
JB, what about a guy like Rick Neuheisel, who's just kind of sitting? He's got a kid at UCLA who's coaching. Like he's from that.
Neuheisel was in New Orleans, right?
I'm not sure his last stop. I'm trying to think of his last NFL stop.
I want to say Rick Neuheisel was,
but a quarterback guy.
Definitely a quarterback guy, former quarterback coach. But I believe he was a head coach in New Orleans pre-Sean Payton.
Yeah, that might be his last stop.
I want to say that would have been like Aaron Brooks around that time.
Oh,
there he is. Oh, wait, a double?
Got two windows now because one of mine went stupid. So anyway, pro style offense.
He just said it.
Fields,
Rick Neuheisel.
Ryan Day. It's got to be Ryan Day. Ryan Day knows Justin Fields better than anyone in the pros, man. He runs a pro style offense already. Why not Ryan Day? I don't understand why this is so.
So Ryan Day is the same coach that got Justin with the stigma of holding the ball too long, waiting for people to be wide open.
I think that's just Justin being Justin. I don't think that's Ryan Day doing that. Like Ryan Day had 2 years with him, and he's a rookie. Like he's a rookie type guy still. In college, it's a different atmosphere, obviously, yes. But Ryan Day was a quarterback coach for a couple years in the NFL. He knows the NFL. He runs a pro style offense. He can bring his offense in with Justin where he's more comfortable in that role. He knows the offense already. And like that's a massive thing in the NFL that people don't really relate is that the quarterback head coach relationship is probably the most strong. And Justin's gonna love him. Like he wants a guy like him, man. I don't know. I'm gonna keep.
AB, I know you're beating that drum.
I'm gonna beat it till I die.
You're a percussionist. That's what you do.
I know.
But
it is what it is.
Ryan Day scares me because too many times, hell, remember, Chip Kelly was supposed to have like 5 Super Bowls by now.
I was just thinking about Chip Kelly. Like, would you take a Chip Kelly?
Like he had Marcus Mariota, right?
Okay,
like,
yeah, him. But a lot of people were like, "Oh, well, Jim Harbaugh, blah 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 blah." Jim Harbaugh was a college coach before he came in. No, that's John Harbaugh.
Oh, excuse me, you're right.
I'm speaking about Jim Harbaugh, who he was the coach of Stanford before he came in, and he had success. We have Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll had success. You can't really
Pete Carroll,
that stigma all the time.
I can't give you Pete Carroll because Pete Carroll was the Patriots coach first.
Yeah, but
then he went to
back.
USC. Then he came back. So he had NFL head coaching experience. Jim Harbaugh, a little bit different because he played in the NFL.
Andrew Luck.
He did have some success. But remember, the players' complaint about Jim Harbaugh was after about 3 years, his message gets very, very stale.
It's because the way that he talks about it. Yeah, like he's not the right guy for he's a good guy for a season or another season. And that's why Ryan Day's not that guy. I don't know. I'm gonna die on this hill, I guess. It is what it is. It is what
I mean, but to be honest with you, if we keep hearing, we always say here, where there's smoke, there's fire, right? So if Ryan Day could be the sexy pick, what are you putting around Ryan Day? Because now the Bears would be contradicting themselves because they said they would like a head coach with prior coaching experience.
They said head coaching experience. They didn't care if it was NFL or college. That's what they said, JB. So yes, he is a head coach.
He is a head coach.
It actually falls under their line of head coaching experience.
Now, who would he bring under him?
That's the big question. And that's the big question with all these guys, honestly, JB. Like we just talked about Leslie Frazier. Who's he bringing in as his OC? That's the big question. Yes, you want a great head coach. You want a leader of men. You want somebody who's going to be able to honestly delegate the right way. But we don't know what he's putting around his entire team. So all these guys, they could be great, but Lovie Smith, best example. Lovie Smith was a great head coach, amazing head coach, but he could not get an offensive guy in this whole
He
entire
was a
organization
victim of his
a
own
friendship.
loyalties and
Yeah.
friendships. Yes.
So if
Ryan Day would have carte blanche into saying, who's to say he wouldn't take his whole damn Ohio State staff with him?
You don't know exactly.
We don't know. We don't know.
So I would have to be in the room and listen to each individual speak about who they're bringing in, exactly what they're doing, how they plan on adjusting to what they're doing in the NFL, adjusting to what Justin needs. And that's why I think that Ryan Day has the best chance, because he understands Justin better than all these cats do. There's no one in the NFL who understands Justin better than that guy right now.
I agree, but I tell you what, if Ryan Day becomes the head coach, you damn well better get somebody that's seasoned at the defensive coordinator position.
You have got to, I mean,
better call
maybe
Rex
Sean
Ryan,
Desai
you better
might
call
stay.
Wade Phillips, you better call Dan
He
Quinn,
might
you
leave
better
Sean
call
Desai.
Greg Williams, you better call somebody.
I think he might leave Sean. I honestly, he might look at what
Then
Sean
Ryan Day,
did
then Ryan Day will be gone in 3 years.
and look at his schemes and stuff and go, oh, well, maybe Sean Desai can just hold on to the defense like he's doing now.
Right?
Adjusting, Scott, okay, adjusting first and foremost, because everybody wants to bring up the fact that Ryan Day is a college coach adjusting to the NFL. Even though he knows what the NFL is, he has to readjust to that and adjust to what Justin needs going forward. That's what I'm speaking of, is, understanding what Justin has been really run through this year and resetting his brain and getting him on the right track to what he should be and what he was at Ohio State. That's what I'm speaking of right now, Scott.
So
that's what I mean.
But let me expound on that adjustment period, because now you're taking a coach who had said player in a system of the top in college football, to where just the line play was giving you 4 seconds on average, where in the NFL you might have 2.5.
Yeah.
That's a big difference.
But that's where we also get them to develop O-line play. So you got to get the right O-line coach. You got to pick the right players. You got to have the right personnel. I get that part. But what I'm saying is that quarterback and coach connection is not going to get any stronger than Ryan Day and Justin Fields. I don't think it is. I don't think you could get Justin another coach. He's not going to be more excited to work with than Ryan Day right now. And you've got to get that kid on track, because if you bring in another coach, JB, and this whole thing fails again, Justin could leave.
So then why don't you? So then don't take any chances and go get Peyton Manning and
bring in the guy
truck up to him.
Man, that's it.
Yeah,
go get Peyton Manning and back the truck up to him.
Yeah, but Peyton Manning isn't going to be a coach. Like, he doesn't
No,
want.
he'll run your front office.
He's gonna.
Like,
that's the upstairs that we haven't even talked about yet today. Like, you want to go that route? Okay, so who's the guy making the decision first and foremost? Is it going to be Ryan Pace as a as a president of football?
Everybody,
because everyone keeps saying he's not leaving.
Everybody
I said that at the beginning of the year.
In this regime, except the linebackers coach, because he's damn awesome, and the defensive line coach, who's awesome.
Yeah.
Everybody else got to go.
Yeah,
that's it. That's all. Oh, and the running backs coach, because he's actually phenomenal too. Everybody else got to go. That's it.
That's the question: is who's coming in, who's staying, who's going, who's bringing who in, and that's going to be the offseason chatter for us. That's what it is. Period. I know it sucks, but that's what it's going to be.
What did Christopher Edgerton just say?
He said, "But it ain't just Justin. We have on the team. He's the most important." So you just answered my question. Like, you just kind of backed up what I said.
And he is the most important, but
it's the most important thing that we have. Like, do you think the Packers look at their other players like they look at Aaron Rodgers? No, they don't, because Aaron Rodgers is what makes the team go. You've got to have a star quarterback to be anything in this league. You think Tom Brady's team looks at the other guys like they do Tom Brady? It's about Tom Brady. Why do you think the Rams went out and traded 2 first-round picks for Matt Stafford because they needed a quarterback.
They're trying to catch it now.
They're trying to catch it right now, man. And you've got to do that kind of stuff in the NFL to get ahead. You're not going to win without a quarterback, guys. I don't care how many good, solid players you have.
We know that the anomalies are.
If you want to win consistently in the NFL, you've got to have a top 5 quarterback. End of story.
Absolutely. I mean, there's always anomalies. The Brad Johnson, the Trent Dilfers, those are anomalies. Hell, Jimmy G going to the Super Bowl.
You could get one, maybe.
We get the anomalies.
Like, you could be like an 85 team that had a decent average, a little bit above average quarterback and win a Super Bowl. But you're not going to get to multiple because you need a real quarterback to get to multiple Super Bowls. I don't care how good you are everywhere else.
Well, see, I'll debate you on that because Jim McMahon at BYU set the world on fire, but Mike Ditka didn't let him do what he did. So Ditka wasn't as great as
you go look at his stats, though. He is a literally mediocre, like 500 mediocre.
And I think a lot of that had to do with Ditka because you look at his college numbers and it's like, damn, this dude can pass for the world. But that's another story.
But that's college. You could say that about Justin too, right?
Yeah, that's what I said. That's another story for another day.
So,
exactly.
Speaking of Justin, we still have him playing on Monday against Minnesota. What are we doing? Can we win that game?
I mean, we can win that game.
Can we win out?
No.
Win out? No.
No way.
No?
Absolutely not.
So it's pretty safe to say that.
Well, first of all, we play the Vikings twice.
You play the Vikings twice. So you could beat the Vikings once, but you're not going to beat them twice. There's no way. And then you've got the Giants. You can beat the Giants, obviously. They've got Seattle, and Seattle, they're up and down. You don't know what they're going to be.
We don't know what Seattle we're going to get. But the
Russell
only thing
Wilson
that you
can cook still.
The only thing that you can hope for the Giants for the Vikings has nothing to do with us. It's just that Kirk Cousins has a subpar record in primetime games, especially on Monday night. That's the only thing. But Dalvin Cook just ran for 200-some yards last week, so that's a problem. 2 of our best defenders on the line are out. 3 now are out.
Chris, you can't consistently win without a quarterback. You can win a year. You can get a year. But you're not going to consistently win with a defense. Why do you think the Bears are so bad? Because they predicate their whole team on defense every year, all the time. And this is why they're not that good, because they predicate their stuff on defense and not on an offensive league.
AB, we just saw this story with Mitch.
I can't do this with this anymore.
We just saw this story with Mitch.
Yeah.
12-4, bailed out by the defense. 8-8, 8-8, crap.
Yes.
Same story.
You're never going to tell me that you can't consistently win without a top 5 QB. You just can't, man. Chris, I'm sorry. I love you, buddy, but it's no way. So, you don't have to believe in Ryan Day. You don't have to believe in any of that. But what you can believe in is that this is an offensive league.
Give me a prediction for Monday.
Ooh, early predictions? I'm going to forget.
Early prediction.
Well,
Vikings in the under for me.
The Vikings are going to win.
I mean, do we even need to see an injury report to?
I do, but
I mean, for them though, I think the only person of significance is Adam Thielen is out, right?
He was. I don't know if he's.
Yeah, I think that's the only person of significance. And Dalvin Cook clearly.
Dalvin Cook's coming.
He's going to play. He just ran for 209 yards.
Yeah,
he's going to play.
He's going to come back and tear them up, and that's what I'm worried about is that run game. I know that the Vikings have some offensive line problems, but Dalvin Cook is he's a different animal, man. And I don't think they're going to be able to stop him because if they can't stop Aaron Jones from the Packers
or Dylan, oh my God, he was
Dylan from a depleted Packers line, how are they going to stop someone better?
So pretty much you're saying Minnesota's winning this game.
I think it's Minnesota, but I
mean, Kirk Cousins also, is the normal Kirk Cousins.
What's going to happen if Adam Thielen even plays, man? Like, you're going to have Jefferson and Thielen against Johnson and Vildor again. Vildor is going to play the outside because Artie Burns is out now. So, do you really think that's a game they're going to win? That's a horrible matchup for them.
What you got, JB?
You don't want to hear my score. Vikings 24, Bears 14.
I was going to say 24-10.
Cal?
I think Mike
Yep.
gets one, and I think Justin gets one.
I don't have a score for you, but I do like the Vikings in a low-scoring game. A little bit of weather, probably. See where we are.
You like the Vikings in a
Vikings in the
low-scoring
end.
game?
Yeah, because they're probably going to run the ball quite a bit. I would hope so. If I was them, I would run the ball on the Bears all day. That's what I would do. And
Well, I'm going to be a
play
little
action.
more optimistic than you guys.
You're going to pick them to not lose by 10?
And how has that worked for you this year?
I
It
see
ain't
you
worked at
shaking
all.
your head, but I'm thinking 17-14 Bears.
Okay.
17-14 Bears, man. I'm being hopeful. Kirk Cousins is usually good for at least one.
2 picks.
And on Monday night.
He's usually good for at least
Bad
one.
on Monday night, though, bro.
So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I like it,
man.
T.
So, why don't we get into some shout outs and then we get out of here? Because my thumb is killing me.
Let's go.
You poor guy.
Apple cider vinegar.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll start if I can, like we usually do. Yeah, man. A. Will obviously crushed it. Like he's just a dude. He's a monster. I want to shout out Coach Todd though for coming on. He didn't have to. He was at the game. I thought he was tremendous, and I want to shout out the chat. I saw my brother with some like TLDR, too long didn't read stuff in there. I like everybody in the chat as well. I appreciate you guys coming out. And then I don't know if we're going to talk about next week or not, Nick now, but we got a good one next week. One of my guys coming through from the East Coast, and I can't wait for that as well. You want me to go ahead with it?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So I think we have Gavin Sheets lined up for next week. Just a legend, an early legend of a kid in Chicago who is from the East Coast, who's bringing some of that swag with him. I can tell you he's loved in that locker room. And the little bit I know of Gavin, speaking to him personally, he's going to just fit right into this group, man. It's going to be as organic as it gets. We got some gambling stories for you that I think we can talk about, and we'll balance it off a little bit with 2 East Coast guys and 3 Midwest boys next week.
Wonderful. Love that, Cal. Love that.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to go ahead again, shout out A. Will. You talk about somebody that just organically fit right in with the crew. Man, it was awesome talking to that guy, man. He's a hometown guy, a hard worker. You talk about somebody that grabbed their hard hat and their lunch pail and came to work. Man, salute to that guy, and I can't wait to go have that steak with him, man. Hopefully we can get up with each other next week because that's a real brother. I like him. Much love to him for coming on. Just a great dude. Everybody in the chat was on fire again. OMG. AB, I know you're going to talk about the chat, so I won't steal your thunder, but it was on fire. Shout out to Moms, Bullets, SB, Chris checking in. My man Bobby Reed, who's All Ball Chicago, who's been with us before, had tried to chime in, but he was having some technical difficulties. Shout out to him. He wanted to go get on us and show some love to A. Will. So shout out to him. And then just really like guys. Shout out to us because you know what? We did the damn thing. And I really do believe that because you know what? This show keeps getting better and better. Every Tuesday, I look forward to this right here.
Same.
Yes, sir.
Every Tuesday. And it's because of you guys.
Same. It's on me. So shout out to Terrence's thumb, first and foremost. Damn, look at that.
No.
Oh, gross. No, man. I hope you get better, bro. I whatever the hell's going on with your thumb, please go get it fixed. Please get it right, man. First and foremost, man, because you had me worried when you said you were in the back. You were putting your thumb in a cup. I'm like, what the hell is he doing back there right now, man? But first and foremost, let's get Terrence's thumb right, please, guys. Let's start a GoFundMe or something for this cat. Let's get his thumb right, whatever it takes.
Prayer warriors, chime in.
Yeah, there you go. But chat, like I say every week, JB, you already kind of laid it out for us. Chris Edgerton, Scott Hopkins. We could go up and CJ, Scott, our boy CJ. Bullets was back and going at me about the LA Lakers. Mom's in here yelling at you saying bah humbug.
That's because of the Christmas tree. She does the Christmas
About
tree,
the Christmas
man.
stuff. I'm the same way. J Cal in there with the whole tops, all the card stuff.
Yeah, walking the dog.
Walking the dog. Our friend Kristen here in there was killing it. Guys, we had a great chat as usual. I could keep going, but it's going to take me forever to get to the top on this. There's another one. Ethan, actually, who I didn't really know this guy in here. And I was like, I don't know who you are. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's new. But
thank you, Ethan.
Thank you for jumping in, man. Always love new people, man. Obviously,
can you answer his question though, real quick?
I could. Hang on. Let me get back up to it. Real
That
quick.
was pretty. I like that.
I honestly didn't even see it. And
who was more fundamental, Luka Doncic or the Joker?
I mean, that's a tough question. I would say Joker.
Joker, absolutely. More. He said fundamentally.
Yeah, fundamentally, it's got to be Joker because Joker doesn't take those crazy shots that sometimes Luka gets a little hero ball in him, and
he doesn't turn the ball over.
Chain. Yeah, and Luka's always like he's great. Don't get me wrong, but Joker's sound. He's always sound. He always comes to play. He brings 110%, and he's not turning over, and he's not taking stupid shots. So I would say that it'd be Joker. I don't know what you think, JB, but probably the same, right?
Thank you, Ethan. Chime in some more, man. We apologize for not getting to your question.
Yeah. I honestly didn't even see it because we had so many running through at that point. But shout out to all that. Shout out to our guests tonight. Both of those men were great. I mean, I can't say enough about Coach. Like, what he's done with that program, what he's built there. Sound program. Everybody loves this guy. He's in the Hall of Fame for a reason, and he's still coaching. Like, this guy knows what he's doing. He's a good coach, and he preaches, family and, everyone working together. It's not about one person. It's about the sum of all the parts working together and being the best they can be as individuals and as a team. So that alone, hats off to you guys, man. But yeah, shout out to our guests. Were great tonight. And shout out to the one and only Christmas tree for our buddy Cal.
There it is.
That's all I got to say.
Oh, man.
It's on you, Terrence. It's on Terrence and the thumb now.
Well, shout out to, first of all, shout out to A Will. Yeah. Man, he's great to talk to. A real dude. And I definitely appreciate him taking the time to come on the podcast. I've been trying to get him to come on forever. But I guess it just didn't work out before, but it finally worked out. So I'm grateful for that. He's a great dude. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Scott Hopkins going out and getting that beer. That was dope.
Yes.
That was dope. And then
Yes,
he had all three kinds on the on Facebook.
Yep.
Laid them out. Yeah.
I saw that too.
Everybody else in the chat, Bullets, Old Faithful Bullets, all the new people that came. Shout out to y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. Sorry, my energy is kind of low right now. My thumb is throbbing. Like I said, I don't know what the fuck happened with it.
You should cut it open like a boxer does and just.
I think they're gonna have to cut it open, and the pus will come out, and then I'll feel so much better. But yeah,
what did you do?
I don't want to think about that shit though. But I know it's throbbing right now, and it started when we were ending with Aaron. It started. So I wish I would have had a chance to talk to Coach because I am a Mount Carmel guy.
Yeah.
And we had a rivalry with St. Rita, but maybe next time I'll get to highlight them. Sorry, Coach, but you were great. I'm glad you came on, took the time to come on, even though you were at the game. You still came on. Appreciate that. And you guys, definitely you guys, man. Like I always say, ain't no show without y'all. So, I may be the brainchild, but AB makes the shit happen. JB got the stats. Kyle got the prep. So it all comes together and it works.
Most definitely.
And we're grateful to you all for watching it and putting up with some of our clownish shit. Well, mainly my clownish shit. And I forgot all the lurkers
there
that
you go.
Don't necessarily say anything in the chat. We appreciate y'all too, man.
I was gonna call you out. I was like, "Where's the lurkers at?" You always bring up the lurkers.
Lurkers.
And also, any family that I might have in the chat, I appreciate y'all too. Even though I didn't see any because nobody says shit, I appreciate y'all if you are in here. But I never really get no family support, so you probably are not. But if you are, thank you. Appreciate it. Make sure all of you all tell a friend, phone a friend, whatever, about this podcast. Please, we need y'all support. Tell a friend, phone a friend, invite a friend to the group page, Chicago Clubhouse Podcast. We also have a network with a lot of shows on it. We have She Said What She Said, which comes on tomorrow. We also have the CJ Scott podcast, which came on yesterday. We also have Bears Fans with the Brain, which comes on Thursday.
Yep.
And then we also have the Shits podcast. I think it's going to come on Friday. It might come on Sunday.
Friday at 8, right?
I'm not sure. He's not.
Ask you about that.
I think he's not positive which day is gonna come on, but it's gonna come on one of them damn days. So if you subscribe to the YouTube page, Chicago Clubhouse, then you'll know when everybody is coming on. Even the Shits podcast, you'll know.
And on top of that, just so everybody knows, that if you want to rewatch this podcast, we're on Spotify and we're also on the Google Podcast right now.
Okay.
As soon as Terrence gets some other stuff lined up for me, we're gonna be on more. We're gonna be on Apple, Overcast, Breaker. We're gonna be on Castbox, Radio Public, Stitcher. I mean, a bunch of them. We're on the way. But right now, it's just Spotify and it's also Google Podcasts. So
two big ones.
You can check that out. I'll try to get it up tonight, and it'll be available hopefully tomorrow for everybody. So make sure you check us out on the audio side too.
Yeah,
you can take us anywhere.
Yes, if you don't want to see our ugly faces, listen to it.
Speak for yourself, damn it.
What, you think you pretty? You ain't pretty, mother.
I ain't pretty. I'm pretty ugly, maybe. Yeah. Love it, man.
Hey, also, season 5 of The Shy is getting ready to start.
I heard you might be on that too.
Yep.
I just might. I don't know.
Hey, can I be on The Shy?
Yeah.
What am I
gotta do to be on?
Or am I
The
too tall?
Am I too white to be on it?
Too good looking, JB. You're too good looking.
Am I too white to be on The Shy? Can I be on an episode?
Yeah, you can be on.
Like Chicago Fire.
The guy that gets shot, right?
It's called Chicago Fire.
When
Chicago
you're robbing a store, you can be like the store owner.
I would totally be okay with that. I would
or you could be the cop beating our asses.
Yeah, right. I would be the
sorry,
cop that gets jumped.
I got a little political right there.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Hold up. Wait. T Nick, the movie star, Bullet says right there.
But yeah, so the Shy season 5 is about to start. There's that echo again. I think it's me.
I think it is you.
But season 5 is about to start. If you don't subscribe to Showtime, go ahead and subscribe. Shameless plug for Showtime. So Showtime, put
Need
me
it.
back on the show since I plugged you shit. Put me back on the goddamn show.
I just want to come to his trailer and get a sandwich or something.
He wants a salami sandwich. That's all he wants. He just wants some good rye bread with some salami and some
little mustard.
Some mustard cheese on it. Heck yeah, man. I'm all about that.
Also, I want to mention
Might have to go to
today,
Subway.
and it's actually a posted note. But
Oh,
I'll
wait.
just
You got a posted note?
Yeah, but I didn't really say it officially. But
come on then. I just want
that beat is dope.
The
That beat
beats
is
on
dope.
this show. Woo!
Yes, thank you.
But yeah, so the posted note that I put up today,
Yeah.
and it was on fire.
It was pretty heavy.
I put up a picture of Matt Nagy, and I said that the article said that this is the decision that's gonna get Matt Nagy fired. So, my
I've
man
actually got
Eddie,
some backstory about that too.
my man Eddie Yates.
Yep.
Yes, I said his full name. He has a podcast as well.
Fast Eddie.
It's an audio podcast. But he said he was asking, well, should Pace go to? Now shouldn't. He said, should Pace go to? And I said, hell yeah. So his argument was that basically he was kind of defending, sort of. Yeah, that's it. That's it. So he was kind of defending, in a way, Ryan Pace, saying that he's made a lot of good, draft picks or whatever. So he should stay. Hey, I could try. I could definitely try.
Oh,
But he was saying that Ryan Pace has made a lot of good picks. So he's kind of fitting into the general manager role. I was like, hell no. Man, I mean, if the bad outweighs the good, then it don't matter about the good. Ain't nobody gonna care. And I use this example. Allen Robinson can score 3 touchdowns in the game, but the other team scores 6 touchdowns and kicks our ass.
Yep.
Nobody gives a shit that Allen Robinson scored 3 touchdowns anymore. We got our ass kicked. Who cares?
Allen Robinson.
So
right, Allen Robinson.
Fantasy owners.
I gotta say one thing about
Right, Cal.
and this is something that I tried to really go and I wanted to defend Terrence on this because I feel kind of the same way. So, JB, how many GMs ever get to pick a head coach and a quarterback, and then after that they get to pick another quarterback? Not that many, right?
Like 2 ever?
Like, not Ryan Pace is one of them. And
He's one of
now,
them, yeah.
so it's funny. It's funny that Terrence said all that because earlier I read a report that Ryan Pace actually got super pissed off whenever Matt Nagy didn't go for it on that 4th down and he punted the ball. Apparently, he was not happy about that. He was scoffing. He was mad. Those are reports that I heard outside that I literally got told in the middle of this show, like, hey, you need to bring this up, that Ryan actually isn't happy with the way Matt's doing things again. So Maybe that's writing on the wall. Maybe after the Minnesota game.
But at this point, is Ryan Pace firing Matt Nagy?
Ryan Pace is going to have to fire Matt Nagy because Ryan Pace is still going to be part of this organization because he's going to move upstairs where he has to make an example, and that's going to be his example. So what I'm hoping, I don't either, but that's what's going to happen, JB. So basically what I'm hoping, I mean, I was hoping it was this week, but the 30-point game probably made that not happen. So now maybe after the Minnesota game, you can interview coaches week 16, 17, right?
So
now,
2 weeks, yeah.
So you lose the Monday night game, you fire him. You have the interim coach, whoever that may be, come in. They do their thing. Bring in your guys. I know they have a list already. Everybody knows they got a list already. Bring them in, man. That's it.
Job security. Job security.
I tried to have Terrence's back on that one because Ryan Pace is not the guy.
He's
not
terrible.
He's made some hits here and there, but at the end of the day, man, you missed the quarterback.
But has he really made some hits? Like, let's not give him credits for layups.
Like,
or
and
trades.
I'm glad you brought that up because
like
what I said to him was, hey, like Roquan Smith was a layup. It was either going to be Roquan Smith or it was going to be Quentin Nelson. They're both great Pro Bowl players. So like you couldn't miss that one.
Right.
But
So
you missed Mitch, Adam Shaheen, Tariq Cohen. I can keep going. Eddie Jackson.
I wouldn't say Tariq Cohen.
Tariq Cohen is a bust, bro.
I would have rather had Alvin Kamara, who that pick turned out to be.
Yeah, exactly. Like Alvin Kamara should have been the pick. So do you look at Jakeem Grant right now? Don't you think he's kind of like a Tariq Cohen, but he plays wide out?
He is, absolutely.
So what do you need Tariq Cohen for?
You don't.
That's true.
So wouldn't that make him a
But
bust?
that wouldn't mean that he's a bust.
What has he done that's warranted him not to be?
I mean,
I won't say he's a bust, but we didn't get what
He's
we
just a
expected out
dude.
of him.
He's just a guy, man. Like he's just a gadget guy. That's all he ever
But see-
was.
but
Was a
see-
gadget guy. You
the-
can obviously find him anywhere. You can trade a 6th-round pick for one.
So he had a role, right? He had a role.
He had a gadget role.
But even that.
So what I'm saying right
qualifies
now
him as
is
not
that
a
Jakeem
bust.
Grant was a 6th-round pick. You traded a 6th-round pick for a gadget guy that does the same shit that you got for Tariq Cohen, who's what, a 3rd or 4th-round pick?
Who should have been Alvin Kamara.
That's who should have been a Pro Bowl running back. That is a bad pick.
Understandable, but I don't think that qualifies him as a bust.
I think it does because everybody that you compared him to in
So
there
I'll say this.
is a bust.
I won't label him a bust because he has been productive when he was playing, but at the same time, he didn't live up to expectations that we thought he was. So that being said, again, Ryan Pace didn't really do that good of a job. And let's not forget the backstory of how much he did give us, but how much in draft capital he cost us.
Yeah.
Like we literally have no draft capital. None.
So
and he chose Adam Shaheen over George Kittle.
He did.
I mean, yeah, so did a couple other teams, but hell, we talking about Adam Shaheen out of a Division III NAIA college when George Kittle went to tight end U at Iowa at the time. Unacceptable, man.
So to answer Bolts' question, if they trade him after June 1st, you've got this or next year and the year after at $1.75 million each year, and the savings is a total of $9.75 million. This cat is gone. There is way too much money there to be saved to not cut him, man. And if you can re-sign a guy like Grant for the cheap, it's gonna be him. I don't think Cohen makes his team next year. I just don't.
All I know is this:
3.5 million cap hit, and you get $9.75 million dollars. Man, you can't. That's $6.25 million that you're gonna get over the next 2 years by getting rid of him. Bye. He's not worth it because you can find these guys everywhere, Terrence, and that's what I'm saying. Like, don't fall in love with these guys because they're a dime a dozen, man. You can get them all over the league. There's some scat back like gadget boys everywhere now. It's the NFL. It's
I hear
an
you,
offensive
man.
league.
Shout out to Tariq Cohen. Shout out to Tariq Cohen, man.
Shout out to DK Metcalf.
DK Metcalf, who JB says should be on the Bears.
Shout out to Ryan Day.
2022.
Nah, I ain't gonna shout out to Ryan Day. I'm just not gonna do that.
I know.
But he's good for Ohio State.
I've never.
But we have been on here for 3 hours and 13 minutes. And I think it is time for me to go soak my thumb.
Shout out to the Christmas tree.
And Cal to go tend to his Christmas tree.
Some trimming to do.
With his festive ass.
That thing ain't getting no bigger, Cal. You better not trim it too much, my brother.
But I think it is time to say for my man Cal on prep, my man the stat man who knows every single stat from the 80s and 90s, basketball and football, JB, my man AB, the X Factor. I am T Nick, the point guard and quarterback. And I'm not going to say that other
You
part.
always say that every week now.
I will let the video say it for me.
Y'all have a good one.
Appreciate you, T.
Deuces.
Later, guys.
We out.
Later.
We out.
That's it.
Yeah, we done here. We out. Okay, so we out.
If you're not watching this, flag on you.
This has been a Chicago Clubhouse Network production.